said you added that item?
Hello,
Okay.
and welcome to our next session of Out of the Abyss. This time, mask-free.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, it was really not fun, and I'm really glad to not be doing
The
that
slightly
again.
less aggravating version.
Yes, substantially so. Really, by the end of it, it was just like my own hot breath on my face for 4 hours was the irritating part. And then also talking constantly meant that it was kind of like
Always
slowly
shifting,
floating up
yep.
a little bit. I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep touching my face, I guess.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, but most people do it very, very often. Myself included.
When I'm thinking, I do it a lot. Unfortunately, unironically, I sit there and I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, same.
What was I not supposed to do?
Oh shit! No.
What was that thing?
What are we doing again?
D&D. Dungeons and Dagrons.
Woo!
Yeah, so the last time we played, yes, it's in your gear. It's in your inventory.
I see it.
Cool.
I just found it. Like
It's kind of dope, right?
As you asked me.
Neat.
I knew what it
What's
did.
it-
I'm
what's
just
it do?
rereading it at the end.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, we'll steal it.
Yeah, we've done some inventory syncing
Wow.
over the 2-week break.
I don't.
But yeah, so the last time we played,
Get him to-
you all finally reached Silvery Moon. We did a little bit of, campaign recapping, but you guys finally arrived in the city of Silvery Moon, wherein Nero went and spoke with a high priestess of the Temple to Selune there. You all, spent some time in revelry, but also met with Rendar Frostwolf, the half-orc who runs the Dancing Goat Tavern. You spoke with him regarding some intelligence he may or may not have, or some sources he can reach out to, regarding the demonic threat that you all encountered in the Underdark. I believe Harthus Zamorvin was the one who indicated that he may be a Harper contact, or that this bar was very popular with the Harpers.
When the trees later confirmed.
Additionally, so Nero also informed the High Priestess Avesh at the temple of the impending demonic threat, or the currently ongoing demonic threat in the Underdark. And she was receptive and concerned, but also needed some time to confer with the other high priestesses around the Sword Coast, to do some communing with the Moon Maiden on her own as well, and asked that you return the following day to sort of sync up on the news and the omens. In the night, Nero also went and back to the temple to do some communing of his own with the Moon Maiden. After having been separated from her and unable to communicate as fully for so long in the Underdark, he finally was able to connect more fully with her. He got called out for some bad behavior, and given an opportunity to purge himself of the scourge upon his soul that he learned was that of Cyric, the Mad God, that was tainting his soul via the spell scar he had received many years prior. But emerging victorious from this endeavor, and aided by his companions, he was rewarded with a Moonblade. And I believe that is precisely where we left off.
I have a lot to give you.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I had multiple tiers of corruption, cards.
Yep. Then one for when he turned into a werewolf, and a shield that he no longer has, and all 4 different cards for what happens when like corruption hits him. And
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, one that I never pulled out.
Just cleaning
I
them
pulled
up.
out once
Which one?
when I was dominated by the Elder Brain,
Good times.
Yep.
and I exploded in fire. Yeah, that happened.
Good times.
Only
Good times.
OGs will remember.
But yeah, so Nero, you have the Moonblade, and you make your way back to where were you guys staying? You guys were staying at the Wayward House.
Yes.
That was
Actually, I do think it was a different name.
we were in. That's what I wrote down.
There's
So
the
it's a
Golden Oak
Waverly
Inn.
place?
Wayward House. Right there.
Okay. I will update.
The Wayward
House
House
Inn.
is an inn.
That's the one that I have written down, and it feels like that one is significantly less expensive than the Golden Oak, which is where we went to drink. And they were
Yes.
like, I tried
It's a
wine,
little pricey.
and they gave me like a shot.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, so I don't know if you
Stuck up.
return. It's probably late enough that you'd probably just head back to the inn and not to see if they're still out partying, which I don't know if they are or not. But eventually, you guys all make your way to sleep for the night and all gain the benefits of a long rest. And for for basically all of you, none of that combat actually really happened. So
Was
at
it
least
a
for the 3 of you.
dream?
You all had
Dream.
some strange dreams that night.
So I don't have to reset my amulet.
Correct.
Sweet.
Because it was a good one, right? It was like you had to roll a 1.
Oh yeah, I rolled really
malfunction.
well when I set it up, so
Yeah.
I literally had to roll a natural 1 to fail it.
Conditions are perfect.
Wow.
So you all awaken the following morning, feeling well rested and ready to take on the day.
I am so ready to take on this day.
I've got a freaking hop in my step, basically.
Sort of wake up, wipe the drool from my mouth as I got all over the paper and I'm still trying to decrypt this letter. Just like
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right,
It's
right.
Triple, like the triple.
just
Oh yeah,
just
This
The
definitely
cipher is a
bad for
cipher.
us.
Yeah,
of a
passed
cipher
out.
inside
With, like-
a cipher.
it's like all of my thought processes degenerate from the alcohol.
Oh.
Drool on the
I'm
page.
telling you, we had it right the first time. It's just one cipher.
I don't know about that.
So it has to be a second cipher.
So what are we? Oh, you.
Don't we have 2 of those things?
Yeah. Lenny's
Yes.
hiding
Did you get a
behind
haircut?
this monster.
No, I did not.
There's something different. What do you see anything?
Is my scar any different?
Visibly, no.
Okay, which is good because it looks sweet.
He looks kind of the same to me. Yeah, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
As I kind of squint my eyes back.
So when your greatsword became the Moonblade, so it's a different style at this point, but both the scabbard that you keep it in and everything are a slightly different shape. It's no longer like a double-edged blade.
Okay.
It has that like curved taper to it.
Yeah.
The image on D&D Beyond is a really good approximation of it, even though obviously it's a great sword-sized version.
Yeah.
The handle in the middle looks like still similar, just it looks like it was just immaculately reforged. But yeah, so the hilt is a little different, but not dramatically so, just to facilitate the new shape. But it is otherwise similar. Like you guys wouldn't, I don't know, maybe you'd notice, but it's not incredibly obvious without him, pulling it out.
Yeah.
Just whipping it out right here
Yeah,
in the
just
You
end.
don't want to
Yeah,
whip it out
yeah.
like in the middle
Check
of
out my sweet new swords, bros.
That's got a weird new curve to it. It's,
Oh, no.
Incredible.
Strangely curves like down a bit too. That seems less useful.
So what are we doing today? We're supposed to meet with Avelios. Did he say to come back, or were we just kind of?
Avelios was the barkeep at the Golden Oak Inn, and not the guy who had contacts that he was gonna.
The
get back to you
Rendar.
about.
Yeah.
Rendar. Are we supposed to go see him?
I think so, yes. I believe he wanted us to come back. The alcohol's making it a little hazy to remember when, though? Was it the morning? The night? Tomorrow night? Today?
There's no shame in ever arriving too early at a place. I'm sure he'll be happy to see us whether we're supposed to be right now or if we're supposed to be later.
There's just a huge orgy going on. And he's just like, I said midday!
Like, oh, we'll just like sit down and wait awkwardly.
Yeah, just I'll take a beer when you go second. But
We're not open, so 2 beers.
2 beers.
You want me to just grab it myself?
I'll just get it. Money's on the
Just
bar.
like
Money's on the
squeeze
bar.
past him behind the
You
counter.
guys seem busy.
All right, so
There is not an orgy going on.
We won't know.
Sorry.
You didn't even roll a die to
I'll
figure
make
it
a
out.
Constitution save.
There's not.
Thank you.
What were the odds of it being one?
I mean, I wasn't even going to consider it if I didn't roll a 1 and I rolled a 17, so
Less than
no
four.
better than 5%.
That's not even lower.
So tell me this chance.
So we're going to the orgy-less bar for some reason.
The allegedly orgy.
There was something else here, other than me revisiting the temple.
We found out that that's where all the shady people go. This is like a...
The tree told us.
Yeah, the tree told us that sketchy people go here.
All of them.
Yes.
Yes,
There's a
people
group-
come and go from this tavern late at night.
There's a group here, and I'm gonna join it. All right, I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh, that's right. I probably wanted to talk to the Harpers. That was a thing.
Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to
That's
do.
what we're trying to do.
Rendar's
Right now.
being less
During the
than
orgy.
forthcoming about it.
So sorry, Rendar, and he's at the
Rendar is at the Dancing Goat.
He's
dancing
also
goat.
the leader of the Harpers, probably. Maybe. Who knows? That's the assumption I'm operating under right now.
That seems reasonable for our work.
Yeah, so
Rendar. Maybe.
But I don't think he wanted us back in the morning.
That's fair.
Well, we don't have anything else to do. We can go to one of the shops. Right? There are some shops. There's like a blacksmith shop. There's a magic
Is there a
shop.
casino? I have 3 gold that I would like to turn into much more than that very quickly.
Have you considered stealing?
there is not.
That's a good point. Who's
that's-
going to believe that a Duragar came to this shop? Come on.
It was a Durgar. His face was all black. It was like shadows.
There is probably a gambling hall to be found somewhere in Silvery
Just
Moon
in the
if that's
morning.
really what you want to do in your
I
mind.
will
Look, man,
consider
look,
it.
the blinds are drawn all the time. It's always torch lit, so it's really, it always looks the same in there. So it's
There you go.
yeah.
I will, unless we have other things to do this morning, or if we do want to just go to the bar.
I'm
fine to
probably
to the
gonna
bar.
go asking around after the Harpers. Or
Okay.
just like, if Rendar is there, maybe go early and talk to him about that, or I don't know.
Would you like to go alone? You're totally allowed to be going alone. If you're going alone, I will go to the gambling.
I'm not gonna like outright invite people, but like if people come with me, that's fine. But I'm not gonna be like, hey everyone, let's go learn about the Harpers.
Would it be conceivable that there would be any faster way? Like, does Vera know of any other way where she could communicate with people from WAMP remotely, or if not, I know there's like ascending spell.
He's a seal. It's just a seal in your
My
kitchen. Don't
contact
worry about
decided
it.
to attack me for a minute there.
Do you need the Master Chief? Because it sounded like
War.
yeah.
Go go go.
Or if there's a way for us to travel there, or have someone pick us up, or anything of that nature, or is basically our only alternative to literally walk all the way or travel the old-fashioned way all the way to Waterdeep.
We find like
I'll do it.
There's
Also, how
not
far away is
necessarily.
Waterdeep?
What was that?
Sorry. Also, how far away is Waterdeep?
Not close.
It is not
Very
close.
far.
If
right?
you were to consider like
So like
one
when
side
they
of the
when they
world,
show you maps of the Sword
the
Coast,
other side,
like yeah.
it's not.
What if somebody?
Oh,
What if
oh,
somebody?
Man, I've been waiting so long to bust out some maps.
I
It's
think-
been
Hey,
ahead
hey,
literally
hey,
the whole
Surrey moves
campaign.
Surrey moves northeast and Waterdeep southwest. Is that right?
I believe
Ish.
something around.
Yes.
the line.
So
yeah, like I think we came out like in the middle of them and we went the
Yeah.
opposite direction.
Remember that there was that swamp that we walked through for like half a day? It's like all swamp from here to Waterdeep.
that's not all swamp.
It's a lot.
The first part is a shit ton of swamp,
It's like
but
swamp.
it's not all swamp.
Fantastic.
We can
Yeah,
do
no,
it,
it's.
Sounds like all.
But that's what you're trying
swamp
to talk to, right? Swamp?
Uh,
I approve.
Swamp?
Not swamp.
Swamp?
Swamp?
Swamp.
potato.
It's about 500 miles away.
I would walk that.
How many Misty steps is that? If we only travel via Misty.
Alright, we're casting haste on the horse again.
Shield out.
Get the disc. Let's go.
Alright,
the rope.
let's pool our resources. See how much it costs to buy another shield since we lost the one.
I not even had that spell.
What?
Summon horse.
The
Float tensor floating disc.
yeah.
Cast haste on the
We
horse.
did no.
again.
We absolutely have that because we were trying to balance a dead body, balance myself, and somebody else, and that was where
I'm
the
pretty
shield
sure it was
surfing thing
me
came
because
from.
I think I was we decided me laying down was the most
Yeah,
stable way
well,
to
then we
do
had to
this.
stop halfway there because we had to recast Tensor's floating disc because
Yeah.
it took too long.
That would kind of hurt having that just like dissipate out from under you.
It's fine.
As you're moving like
Especially
you
if you're
know,
moving. Yeah.
So I mean, if we want to
10
get a
feet
head
a
start, we
second.
can just go to Waterdeep now. We can
But
skip this meeting with the bartender.
I mean, there's no hurry to get there, but
I'm sure it won't matter.
I mean, if you leave today, leave tomorrow, the long span of time, it won't make a huge difference.
So is there like a teleportation circle or
That's what I'm trying to remember.
In 1 hour, you can move the number of miles equal to your speed divided by 10. So
3.
you can walk 3 miles an hour.
Oh, I mean, we'll be there in like
So if you guys did
70 days.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Alright,
Nothing
so like
How
one
much damage
skill
could-
challenge?
How much
One
damage
skill
could
challenge.
One
an army of
skill
demons
challenge.
really do in 170 days?
Not much. I mean, it took them forever to get to the Underdark.
Yeah, look, it's been a long time since they've done any damage, so
Right. What are the odds?
the rate of growth is pretty low.
Also,
Makes sense.
it's the Underdark. If the whole Underdark is gone in 170
Except for
days,
Blingden Stone.
as long as they didn't make it to the surface.
Did it really happen?
So
What? Like, let's be honest. From a what is it?
If you guys
ecological
booked it, if you guys booked it on foot, do it in 16 days if you went at a fast travel pace.
oh,
Oh, that's actually-
16?
Not that bad.
Absolutely.
Wait, is that accounting for sleeping?
Yeah, that's only traveling 4
Yeah.
miles an hour, 8 hours a day.
32 hour? Oh, yeah, okay, let's leave now.
Oh yeah.
Let's just go.
What?
Well, we should wait to get out. Maybe the Harpers have some way to teleport or communicate.
I don't know, that doesn't seem that likely.
I think the Dimension Door rouse is the move.
Yeah, well, so if we walk and then right before we go to sleep, we just teleport 4,000 feet.
Yeah,
we can count to 12 days.
Exactly.
Well, we have to find a long plains verse. We
Right,
wanna just-
exactly.
I'm not getting shunted out of a mountain. Thank you.
Been there, done that.
Right.
Don't want to do it again.
So,
Unless
again,
it's out the other side of it.
Also,
Maybe-
that is
Oh, that's
literally
value.
y'all's walking travel pace. Although it's probably a little slow. Is
Oh,
your
so it's like-
25 feet,
I could
Same,
summon a
'cause
horse.
you're
It doesn't
a gnome.
matter.
so you're a little slower. But if you could just get horses for everyone.
so yeah, how much a horse costs up here? 3 gold? I got that.
Maybe 4.
No, one giant lizard.
I think one horse. Yeah, costs one giant lizard.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Uh-huh.
And I say
And
horses.
Our currency is horses up here. instead
If this
of
pouch of
giant
exact
lizard.
change worked, I could just pull out a horse.
If for some reason it's faulty, it doesn't use the universal currency of lizards.
Right.
Every so often, I'd pull out this thing that says Electrum on it, and I put it back, and I'm like, I want a horse.
It's all fun and games until you pay some 2.5 horses.
Right, then it's you get around down. So to-do list today. Caleb wants to-
Horseback.
Who the heck is that?
Who?
Horseback, full-time, like, or max pace going 8 hours a day. You guys could do it in, like, a 10-day.
Okay.
Easy.
I'm
Wow,
looking for
we-
horses.
Listen, we went sailing.
We did
We
sail
went
longer
sailing
than
for
that.
longer than that.
I'm gonna
And
look
that was
for,
horrible.
I'm looking for horses. I'm gonna find
We
horses.
were on
found the
Find
egg.
out-
We were on we were on a dinghy.
Think of how many eggs we could find.
You go learn about your new club. I'm gonna find horses.
Wait, let's
It's a sword, but
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's good.
where are you headed, Vera?
Well, it really depends on what the hoppers have to say.
So I guess we'll all go see the hoppers.
is there a
I would like to get in touch
is there
with
like a
Ross at some
music
point.
store around?
That
Like an
doesn't
instrument
that
store?
doesn't sound like the
There
Harpers.
probably is.
No, it's gonna be great. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm not worried.
You have to see where this is going.
I 100% am all about it.
He's clearly going to buy a harp.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Look, everyone, I'm
Thanks
a
for-
harper.
Thanks
And just-
for ruining the joke,
Oh,
Kevin.
man.
It's fine. Some people just don't like people having fun.
That is me.
Yeah, that's
That pretty much sums me up.
That's all the blue you play in Magic.
All right.
I thought seized the fun away.
so harp for Caleb.
You are able to find a handful of music shops in
I would-
various districts.
Yeah, so I'd like to either look to purchase a harp or rent for the day, like a harp that I would have to cart somewhere to move it.
Big stadium harp.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
Incredible.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I would do this until just now.
happens
tell
to
you-
the best of us.
Did I tell you I wanted to find a tailor today? I think I mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was ready for that one.
Forgot about
Music
that.
store slipped my mind.
Not a dragonborn. What's he need a tailor for?
Well, right, I'm not a dragonborn, so I need to find a tailor to get one.
I thought that tailors provided clothing for
That's what the dragonborn.
No,
is.
they
people
provide-
with tails.
No, they provide the tails.
Oh, so he's gonna sew one onto you.
Have they
Yeah.
given back as a cat thing?
What?
Those cat people?
What about cat people?
There's
That's
cat
one of
people
those.
up
They
here?
have tails?
Yeah. Do you know
Well-
what a cat is?
Birds
Do
have,
you?
Birds have tails too.
No, probably not. That seems reasonable that I would not have seen a cat before. Although that maybe depends.
Would he have seen a cat in the underwear?
You do. They do have
Cat.
a harp in stock. It's not an enormous one that you would need to cart around. It would run you 50 gold. It's pretty. It's close to being like oversized enough that you wouldn't. It's not a practical adventuring bard's
Can I
instrument.
give him like 1 gold and rent it for the day?
Uh,
I'll give you
there's
like,
a security deposit of 49 gold.
but I can get it back.
You would realize him playing this harp will make it more valuable.
That's true.
That's not how value works. I'm
Boy.
I
afraid.
have you heard of celebrities?
Pay him in good PR. They love
I
it.
have heard of celebrities. You, not so much.
I'm really popular with the Underdark. That's fine. I will pay the deposit of 49 gold and happily rent this for.
I was gonna say, assuming you're gonna return it, just
It's
mark
fine.
off a gold.
It's fine.
No.
It only becomes an issue if something happens to this harp, and then we have to figure it out.
Go, Mick.
Just let me try real quick. I bet you I can.
You wanna see if it can burn?
It looks like.
Remember
it can
yesterday how I gave you 10 gold?
work. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, he's good. I won't
So you have
burn.
13 gold?
I have
Then?
13 gold.
Would you like to find a gambling hall?
You know what? I
We
probably
can
shouldn't-
abbreviate a trip to the gambling hall if you would like.
I will wager 6 of my 13 gold at the gambling hall.
Okay. Are you just like betting on red, betting on black?
Yes.
Okay. So that's usually like the 2-to-1 odds, right?
Yep.
Is that how that works? Am I
That
crazy?
sounds right. I'm gonna put it on.
Is that how
Probably not,
or 1 to
because
2
the
odds?
house would
it's
always
like
like
1.5 maybe.
So-
it's 2-to-1, but then like you have the 0 and 00 that
So it's a
Always
48% chance of winning.
yeah.
If he just rolls a percentile die.
50 odds. You don't have a casino to keep in business.
That's fair.
Right.
Yeah. So roll a d20.
Oh, I was gonna say just roll a percentile die. Then it's
I mean,
actually
are you playing roulette?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna put 1 on 0 and 1 on 00.
Okay.
And then wait. So out of your 6
Yeah, we're
rolls,
gonna put 3 on 0, 3 on 00.
wait.
It's a 10% chance to quintuple my money, probably.
Is
10x.
there's no 100 on a roulette? I don't.
There's 0 and 00.
Okay.
Those are green. That makes it so that if you go odds, evens, or red and black,
It's not 50.
you can't get 50-50.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
So
So you can pick 0 and a hunt. No, you can't. Not with that. You can pick 1 and 0, but there's on a percentile die. There's not 0 and 00.
Yeah, true.
oh, that's true. Okay.
So you can pick the outsides. Pick,
We'll go
pick
1 on 0, 5 on black. So it's
Okay.
if I get all zeros,
Odds or evens.
Yeah, odds-
pick odds or evens because
we'll
we're
take
rolling numbers
evens.
too. Okay.
Evens. 78.
That's even.
That is even.
So you lost 1.
Minus
one.
minus 1
Plus
plus
5.
5.
So plus 9.
No.
Yeah? No.
Thank you.
Plus 4.
Thanks,
So
Caleb.
you're at 17.
I was just gonna write it down.
Thought about letting it go.
That seems accurate.
In his head, maybe that's what Grimmy thinks he has.
So it was plus 5 if you would have deducted the 5.
Yes.
Or plus 9 if you would have
deducted
deducted the 5.
Yes, that is accurate. Okay. Good gambling. We did it. We won money.
Great.
Oh, so are you interested in our high stakes wheel?
Yes.
That-
Absolutely.
the minimum bet here is 15 gold.
I will do it.
This is why I
This is
gave you
more than
money.
that.
Oh my god.
I wonder where
What do I
Yormik
roll?
is.
Wait.
What? The same percentile?
We don't know where he is.
Wait, where did Yormik go?
Pick
Do
what
know
you
where
want.
he is?
Which number or odd?
I'm assuming I'm at the instrument shop at this point.
Yeah, we're with you.
Oh,
We just left
apparently.
him on. We just left him on.
I don't know. I gave him money yesterday, so I'm sure he's getting rid of it somewhere.
What could possibly go wrong? A Duragar
No,
alone.
it's just a coin flip. So
A-
yeah,
a
odds or
Duragar
evens.
So
alone.
we'll go evens again.
I saw 9.
Remember how you had 3 gold
The most
yesterday?
surefire way to make Yormik lose his gold. Do you want to play the high stakes
You're
table?
never gonna
Do you want this
believe it.
prestigious thing?
You're never gonna believe it, but I went to a casino and I lost money. I will get you your
I've
money
never heard
back.
of that
I know.
happen.
I just have to win like 4 more times, and then you have your money back.
No,
and I have-
that was a gift for free and clear. I just wanted to know that if you starved to death one day, it wasn't my fault.
There we go. I'm glad I could relieve you of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're good. Yeah. I really think I've got it now, though. Like, if it was odd last time, so next time it has to be even.
Right.
Yeah.
Yormik,
Okay.
I will
Wait, did
give you
Wait, you didn't-
a loan.
You didn't bid even 2 times in a row, did you?
Well, that's what always wins in the Underdark, because they always switch. They always. Look. It
No, it always flips.
always flip. Okay.
Odd than even. 50-50.
Well, then, so even next
1
time.
and 2.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So Yormik, I will give you 10 gold, but you have to pay me back 15 gold.
Nero's now a loan shark.
I thought you just got rid of your corruption.
I've made peace with my deity. I can start racking up debt again.
Karmic debt.
We're even, right? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna start messing with
No,
you.
but hold on. Wait. What do you say, Yormik?
Remember
Yeah, that's
Tia?
fine.
No, that's a horrible idea. What are you thinking?
Why?
I thought you think on that one. I just
But if I turn that into like 3,000 gold, then I only need 15 back. Like that's
yes.
How many times have you turned 10 gold into 3,000 gold?
Will this be the time?
But that just means that he's due.
I
right?
think
Right,
there's
yeah,
I
exactly.
think there's an answer here. I'm just waiting for him to think of it.
it's none times.
No, I think there is one time.
So the one time we turned 10 to 3,000.
Close. Maybe not quite. Didn't you like loan out your Chaos Gauntlet for that pickaxe that you eventually got to keep?
Oh yeah,
That was pretty close to that.
That was pretty
That
much
was
the
a
same.
pretty good deal.
I should bet.
So
the
that's
pickaxe.
the one time in your life
I should
that
wager the
you
pickaxe.
should wager the pickaxe. If Jordan is willing to let Yormik do that, you should do it.
No, I can't do it. He would, but I can't.
It would be worth a lot.
It would.
Think how much you'd win.
If you pause,
A casino and just set the pickaxe on the table.
No,
It's
this is-
magic.
How
I
many,
swear.
how many chips does this give me?
Best I can do
They're
is
like,
4.
50 gold.
I'll call him
Maybe?
an
Like
expert.
it's a nice pickaxe.
Like, no, this is a great pickaxe. I will use the pickaxe to earth tremor the table to make it land. No, it's fine. I'm gonna think about ways to scam this casino on the way to the
I
bar.
can't wait to have to not pay to get him out.
Do you want to scam the casino?
A little bit, yeah.
Maybe on the way out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You have those dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, generally casinos do not.
Let you bring
Allow-
your
Look,
own.
you
I'm
bring
just
your
looking
own
for desperate
devices.
people that
Generally,
are on the
casinos,
way out of the casino that have
aren't
to
as good at
explain to
magic as we
their
are.
families why they lost so much money. Be like, hey, you want a chance to double it and get all that back? Let's just use these dice real quick. And then we'll take the rest of their money.
Let's just use these dice real quick.
Not suspicious at all.
It's fine. We're gonna leave eventually.
Anyway, so I got a harp.
Yes, you have a harp.
I'm going to take it and just go out to like a square somewhere, and I'm going to start playing this harp. And I'm going to assume that like I don't have a harp, but I'm fine at a harp. I think I'm literally proficient in
All
Oh,
instruments.
I'm not proficient in all instruments. I'm proficient in a lot of them.
String instruments. Come on.
Yeah.
I know how to play a lyre, so I'm guessing I can like.
I'll let you make the skill check with the. You don't get your proficiency bonus to it, but you still get your charisma to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing you're not proficient with the harp, mostly because it's not in D&D Beyond.
It's a group centered around it.
I'm gonna go into the center of this town, and I'm going to butcher playing this harp. I'm gonna play this harp so poorly that no one can walk by and think this guy makes his money doing this. I want people to look at me and be like, this guy has to be sending a message by playing this harp.
This is
in the
satire.
middle. Yeah,
This
In the
is
middle.
satire.
of this town.
Oh my goodness.
If I play it too well,
really
they'll just
elaborate-
think that I'm an actual harpist.
Right. Not a
This
hard
way,
part. Yeah.
they'll see. They'll be like, I know what he's doing.
You get a lot of like funny looks, and like some people give you looks that's just kind of like low-key, like trying to not just like look just like they feel bad for you, and then
Yeah.
a few jerks like say some mean things.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna keep going. You know, like the music that people say is like really artistic and stuff, but really it's just like discordant nonsense.
yeah.
That's what this ends up sounding like. So yeah, I play the harp, and I'm going to tell one day I have one written that I need to correct, but I'll tell some stories of our dealings in the Underdark, masked as like legend and stuff. So it's not like we did this thing. It's like this thing happened. Talking about. I'm gonna tell the something fun. Maybe our daring escape from Neverlight Grove with the summoning of the fungal bride.
All right. Give me another performance check.
This one's
This one,
storytelling,
you're
though.
good at. Khaleesi, please.
Oh, wait, what? Ooh,
Did you just?
double natural.
Are you
one.
kidding?
On the bright side,
Oh my god! That was a dice anymore.
plus 13 makes that a 14.
Oh my god.
It's. I mean, you don't garner quite the attention you'd expect from a story that you're confident. It's not one of the. It's not a staple. This is very different and unique. You don't hear a lot of heroic stories based out of the Underdark, and especially like the fungal queen and everything. That's a super weird take. So it's almost the subject matter is just like weirds people out. They don't get quite as into it as you had hoped.
More for a late night crowd, I get it. But yeah, my hope is that eventually, like, someone from the Harpers kind of gets it. And if not, we'll just play for the beginning of the day until we go and meet Rengar, or whatever his name is.
Rengar!
He jumps out of his bar at you and then runs back inside and then jumps out again.
And then throws a bowl at you and then jumps out again.
Throws a bowl at him.
Throws a
Giant insect
nickel
pops
bolus
out.
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, you play and tell stories there for a few hours. Make one. Are you continuing to play the harp the entire time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, this is like this is a
rented it
bit,
for a
and we're
reason.
sticking to
Yeah.
it.
By the end of the few hours,
This actually gives me a
You-
great.
you have
reason to enjoy
accumulated-
the harp.
you have accumulated 4 copper pieces.
Pity.
Honestly,
Pity.
I'm gonna leave them there.
How dare you?
No, thank you.
The pity.
It doesn't matter that my pouch of exact change can turn the inconvenience of this being copper irrelevant.
But part of it is that I this is obviously not my strong suit, and then like intentionally sort of like leaving any payment behind, like hoping that people get the idea that like I'm not playing this to like make money for performing, right? Like the goal here is
Saving
trying
face.
it's trying to like get a message out to the Harpers as best I can without just like shouting it.
I'm a harper.
I wanna join your party. I
Contact
wanna be a
me.
spy for good. And also someone teach me to play harp. Please. Oh God,
To
please.
the tune of one of Tiger King's songs. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, so it gets to
Taking
about
notes.
it gets
This is
to
your next
about
live journal.
it gets to about midday, and you
Last week.
head over to the Dancing Goat to talk to Rendar.
Flipped.
year.
It's all right.
Sounds about right.
You enter the tavern, and there are 4 mugs on the bar, 4 tankards already in consecutive seats. There's a few people seated at tables, but no one at the bar currently. And
Cleanse these.
Rendar is not surprised to see you, and was clearly anticipating your return.
Yeah, same with his
And I
homies.
keep carrying
His
around the
homies
harp,
sitting
just
with
like
crossbows under the tables.
I will begin drinking one of the beers.
I'm just not even gonna say hi. I'm just gonna stroll
No.
up and just down it.
I'll ask for forgiveness later if I need to.
Respectable. Worked for me.
I'm gonna wait a little bit until he's like drank some of his. I'm still assuming everyone's trying to kill us.
Fair.
Make a Constitution check with advantage. I'm just kidding.
It's a strong beer.
Right.
I was ready.
But no, Rendar just kind of stares at you, Yarmik, for a second, but just kind of gives you a little nod of acknowledgement. Do you all take the other seats?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Now you die.
Spikes come out from the bowls.
Oh,
Impaled.
right, in the booty hole.
How's
Frostwolf ends the campaign.
Yeah.
Spikes
The-
to the rear.
The true enemy.
Yep.
This bartender.
So, I contacted a few of the, a few of my intelligence contacts. One seemed to have a bit of an idea of what I was talking about. He, this gentleman himself, has an inside man, let's say that, in the ranks in Menzo Baronzone.
Mm.
Right.
Might be dead now.
Bad things have been happening there. Yes.
Well,
Not
that's
much of an inside Menzo Barons on.
inside Menzo Baronzone. They corroborated at least some of what you claim is going on. Say that there was
We heard
enormous two-headed demon that was called forth from within the city limits and went on quite
apparently.
a killing spree before heading off into the wilds.
We heard that might be happening, and we avoided Menzo Beringson. And there were a lot of drow that were trying to kill us and capture us the whole time we were down there. Especially these three.
Well, especially these two. Let's not.
These two, right? The rest are dead or missing. Or,
That is true.
Yep, sounds
So-
about right.
we just didn't have a whole lot of sympathy, perhaps. But, yeah. That lines up with what we've heard.
Was your contact's contact also a drow, or?
My contact did not say. It could be compromising information.
Well, if the answer is no, that probably narrows it down a lot.
That's probably true.
Not to mention there are a lot of non-slave, non-drow.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Or maybe he's a slave, who knows?
Does he know anything about this blades?
How much drow do you speak? And how much time do you have?
We didn't make a guess yesterday.
We've heard
yeah.
the ritual is you have to hold it by the blade and just start shouting drow words, and eventually you'll know somehow if it activates.
You actually ask him about it?
No, I'm not gonna be like, hey, here's this dope ass magic item that we don't know the activation word to. Do you think your contact knows this guy who's in charge of a lot of people that would have assigned this sword to one of his people?
This wasn't good enough for him to hang on to, so
Yes.
yeah.
And Kevin's just like, oh, that was, I guess I can squash that problem.
So your contact says the world is ending from the inside out.
That about sums it up. Yeah, that's what I heard, Yomik.
That's
Absolutely.
pretty much it.
Well, they
Yeah.
didn't have any information about other demons that you have suggested that you've encountered, but
So you think we were telling
certainly
the truth
account for one
about
of them.
one demon and made up the 6 others?
Right.
It
I
seems
didn't say that.
All right, good.
Right, so you think that we are telling at least parts of what we have said are truthful. So now where do we go from here?
Do you know of anyone that's familiar with binding like high order demons back to their planes?
That I do not know.
Hmm.
However,
unfortunate.
my contact is someone who works for a lord out of Waterdeep, and as such is irrevocably part of the Lord's Alliance. The spy supposedly is working on behalf of the Lord's Alliance.
Who's working on behalf of the Lord's Alliance?
The spy
The
is
spy.
Mental Baron.
The spy. See, okay, gotcha.
And is this the same contact? Like so far, we've just
Yeah.
talked about one person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the Lord's Alliance?
What?
What is the Lord's Alliance? Is that just Sword Coast?
Yeah, it's Silvery Moon's a part of it, Neverwinter's a part of it. It's sort of the
civilized Sword Coast World's Alliance.
yeah. For exactly problems like this, like, hey, this super affects all of us. We should maybe think about doing something here.
Remember some of the Giants who had that uprising? And we were all like, yeah, that's been, yeah.
Yeah, we fixed that. That was us.
I'm not sure which happens first, Carl.
I am also unsure. I think this technically, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Let me tell you about
The Forgotten Realms timeline on Wikipedia probably knows, but I don't.
That's true.
But
Right, so your contact in the Lord's Alliance can...
He's also in Menzo Baron's on.
Mm-mm.
No.
Not in Menzo.
He
Maybe
has
somebody else.
a spy.
There's
in
two people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Always has been. Yep. One contact who has a spy in Menzo Baron's office.
That contact.
one
is part of
contact
the
in
Lord's
Waterdeep
Alliance.
who knows of a spy working out of Pennsylvania.
Okay, so it is two people. That's when I asked if it was all one person.
Well, it's one contact.
But two.
But
oh, but the contact has a contact.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
so
That's-
Rendar's
that's-
contact in Waterdeep is named Jorl.
all right, Jorbrol.
Jorl's got a name, the spy does not.
Okay.
Okay.
Is he attached to that name?
Not physically.
I'll workshop some things.
Jorel?
Two R's, but yeah. There's literally no way for you to know that, so no worries.
You jerk.
I'm the worst.
It's a J-O.
There's a silent Q in there somewhere too,
Like number 4.
between the R's. Number 4. Jorful.
There's an apostrophe at the beginning.
Every letter separated by an apostrophe.
We played through all the rest of the Lords.
In quotes.
And at some point, our party invented that there's an apostrophe in Karzog's name.
Did we? I know.
At least I did. I thought the whole time there was. And at the end, I showed my notebook. I was like, there's no apostrophe. I'm like, how the fuck did I?
When did I decide that this was a part of it? This seems like a thing that I would forget about, not add.
Right, right.
Is your contact are they influential enough to like, so now we know somebody else knows about this, but what do we do?
Is the Lord's Alliance doing anything about it?
As far as I'm aware, not yet. The
Sounds like we should go talk to the Lord's
It's-
Alliance.
it's not unusual for the Lord's Alliance to not really take action on, the happenings in Menzo Baron's.
That's
Could be.
I'm sure the
could be
Demogorgon's
different.
probably just going away.
Could be different if it's like, oh yeah, Menzo Baronzon's marching an army out. Maybe we should, go defend Silvery Moon or somewhere if it seems like they're thinking about coming topside. But
But they need to have a good justification to.
Yeah, marching an army out is much scarier than
Demon Lords?
The
Action economy. We've been
Yeah,
saying it all
It's
along.
true.
Right,
You get
yeah.
6,000 soldiers. So each one of them has 2 attacks per every 6 seconds. Just cycle through the line.
if they all run at the Demogorgon and each throw a dagger before they die, odds are eventually
It will die.
they'll get them.
So
Has to be a dagger though, because it has to be light.
Right.
So we know the Lord's Alliance has heard about it and believes it enough to not laugh at the contact, but also isn't going to do anything, apparently.
Good.
Well, weren't going to do anything.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, this is very excited. Like, go on.
I mean, it's... If there's more than one of these demon lords out and about, and if there's no guarantee that this problem stays contained in the Underdark. Not to mention that there are peoples living down there who obviously, not everyone down there's a drow who
You're not living down there anymore.
That is an accurate. Well, you can take the. I don't know.
the one Duergar in the Underdark
You
left.
can take
Literally everything else in the Underdark's a
Take
drow
it
now.
out, yeah.
Go Team Demogorgon.
Alright, so, I mean, then where do we stand? So, would, if can we convince him, or perhaps other members of the Lord's Alliance to do something about this? Do we need other people to get involved?
Do we know to
Information takes time to move. I reached out to this contact. In turn, they are going to reach out to some more of theirs. That's why we have a network.
Series of tubes.
Well, I'm magic in the air.
Is it the cloud?
Right. How do I delete the information?
We kill every node that has it saved.
So, who is part of this? Sorry, who has the network?
Is he serious?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
he is.
you don't have to answer. You can ignore him, and it's
Does he-
okay.
Wait, do you all? Did something happen? Do you know?
What?
Oh, you see, they joined my group while you were out and about.
Again? It's like the fourth time we find a group and somebody else joins it.
What did I tell
I'm
you?
gonna
What
make
did
a
I tell
I'm gonna
you
make a
about
hand
him?
gesture to the bartender, and just like, like as if communicating. Just like a little. hand
Okay, now what was that?
See, what did I tell you? That's why when I told you the lesson.
He just
about
like
me
hand
giving you
jibes
10
back at
gold.
you.
Yeah,
See?
I'm gonna laugh.
Paying for feedback isn't good.
Fine, I'm starting my own Club Yormik, established today.
How many members?
One. It's
Who-
very
has-
exclusive.
has anyone joined?
Galabagul.
It sounds like it's in need of rebranding. Have you considered the name Club Amaris?
Brewmental Alliance group.
I did consider Armaris for a moment and then thought, it doesn't have the same ring as my own name.
So what does Club Yormik do?
We have a network of people.
So
what
how
does
can we
that
get
do?
to Waterdeep?
So what else do you
Person. It's a network of persons.
Exactly. All the information travels quickly between Club Yormik.
Think of the internet if the internet was just your computer.
It sounds very useful.
And the data was in your file explorer.
Fastest data.
Unmanned.
God.
We have very different hard drives.
Well, traveling to Waterdeep from here would be, I imagine, about a 10 days ride on horseback. Obviously longer without.
Don't
Are
have
there
any magic
any-
circles? Magic things we can teleport, right? That's a thing.
That's just something
I read about that
I
somewhere.
can do that now. We haven't had to do it.
I read about it. I know about teleportation circles.
It is something that I've recently picked up. Unfortunately, I think I would need to see the teleportation circle.
Not the one. That's your second one. That was sort of what I
But
just.
what?
You know how to
You
get
have
to
two you get two circles when you take that spell, and one I showed you in Blingdenstone, and the Womp one is one that I'm just saying because
Oh.
you were at Womp for a long time.
Well, then I can get us there, right?
I was a
Walk
little
up this-
surprised why you were asking about how long it takes to walk to Waterdeep. And I was just like, did you
Waterdeep?
double back
really
and not
dick.
take teleport? But
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if I had memorized the circle before I left.
I think you could have known it in the past. There's certainly
Oh,
a
that's true.
previous time where you could have had spells of that caliber that it would have been relevant for
It's
you.
like, do it for the first time. And this is gonna save me so much time. Spell like, God fucking.
Vera has had to learn how to cast spells on several occasions.
It's 3 times. Count them.
Doubles every time.
So in like 4 gambles, you have 32.
Okay. All right. This is still happening.
Yormek learns exponential.
Yormik becomes very familiar with powers of 2.
You can count them.
He's a Sith.
So do you could?
Oh, by the way, guys, I can get us to Waterdeep. Like really fast.
Interesting. There's no way you could have done that from like, the Underdark, right?
No. So it was actually the morning after I figured it out.
Oh, so you're telling us that we.
You know how like
So,
Nero
like, we
died, we left Glopagul.
I mean, we could have teleported Waterdeep right as we got
One more
out.
day. 'Cause slept
Oh, so instead we decided to walk across all these plains, go to
yeah.
Silvery
that
Moon
one guy's
first.
keep. No, that one guy's keep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I remember that.
Get into it.
That
Yeah,
guy.
remember that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
That guy was a hoot.
Good old Harthus.
Uh-huh.
Come up to Silvery Moon.
But think how much walk it would have taken if I teleported us to Waterdeep first, and then we had to go to Silvery Moon.
Yeah, it's true. It would have taken much longer.
Right. So I was thinking that.
So,
It's not a two-way thing right now, right?
regardless, well, knowing that, you can't get us back here in the same fashion yet.
Correct.
So,
But I can get us to the teleportation
The
circle,
Enclave. The Stoneheart Enclave
yeah.
in the Underdark.
which
So
is
let's. But
But there's probably one here.
is
right?
there one here that you know of?
I mean, I imagine there's probably a handful throughout Silvery Moon, but
You imagine. I thought you were
Can
well
I
informed.
insight that? Yeah.
sure.
If he's actually being honest about not knowing things, that's high.
There's got to be a minus on Yormik's wisdom, right?
No, it is 16.
I mean, he seems pretty confident saying that he's thinks there's a few of them,
Okay.
or that he imagines there's a few of them.
Okay.
I mean, the three of you from the top side would like. There's not just teleportation circles willy-nilly everywhere.
Sure.
because I take a year to make.
Really, literally, yes. You have to cast a teleportation circle in the same spot every day for a year without fail to make a permanent one. And even that isn't. It's not like cool. Now there's a permanent teleportation sigil here. It's not just like, and I step on it and I teleport where I want to go. It just gives you a landing point for the teleportation circle spell.
Right.
It's not like the Critical Role Cobalt library sigils.
Yeah.
What do you? He's been. So he still casts the spell to go there, though. He doesn't.
I don't
He
think so.
doesn't?
So you can teleport to it, but there was that time where they're like, okay, we're gonna go, and they like went to all of them in a day.
Oh yeah, that. Okay, I gotcha.
So do you said you think there might be one here. Do you know who would know more specifically? So just so that we could, we're trying to save the world and all that. So quick access back to here if we need to.
Yeah, like they were nice enough to destroy Menzoberranzan first, so we can save the rest of it.
Correct.
Right.
They did a service.
So we don't
now
have
we
to
need
make
to
a
stop.
judgment
We need to
call.
stop them before they do something.
Maybe we
wrong.
can set up a fence just around Menzoberranzan to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Like a wall made of fire,
Ooh.
and then like
To protect the network.
Right.
There we
exactly.
Oh
I
dear.
got you.
Oh no.
This sounds like there's one shot material in here somewhere that just consists entirely of D&D based software development puns. Sounds
There's
great.
enough crossover there. There's a market for it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's hard to get 5 people in a room that are all interested in that same thing. Though.
Right. I know.
Sure,
Where would
it's
you find
tough.
that?
We're just fine.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, if somebody took the initiative to try and do it, they'd probably be able to run a
Run
game
with it.
in time.
Yeah.
The title of the song.
You're so off tonight. Off topic.
Yeah.
Look, nothing's urgently trying to kill you.
That's true. Well, there probably is.
I mean,
Wait.
sure.
your
Nothing imminent today,
Yeah,
seemingly.
What's up?
isn't your temple like a really big deal here? Do they not have a teleportation thing?
That's arcane magic.
Yes.
There's
Oh,
a
so
difference.
Also,
Yeah, it's their cane magic. They won't share it with other people. It's theirs.
It is our cane
They seem a
magic.
bit stingy about it.
You'll realize why.
I mean, at the end of the day, here, one problem with the circles is that you need to trust who you show them to because they can just make
But
you
he trusts us. Look at me.
You're shady, literally.
Literally.
Okay, I'll take the hood down. Fine. Does this
Oh!
help? Yeah.
I'm just kidding. The half orc does not lurch in fear at your visage.
Do we need to? Well, this is the probably the closest city to the place we came out of.
Yeah.
So, if we really needed to get back here, we could just teleport back to the grove or the what was it called?
The Enclave?
The
The
Enclave.
Enclave.
We could teleport to the Enclave and then come out the same way we did last time.
That's a long-
It's 2 days from the Enclave to Blingdenstone, right? And then from Blingdenstone to the exit of the Underdark. How long was that? That was a few days itself, wasn't it? How could you not remember this? How
Um,
could you
You track,
possibly?
you track the days, don't you?
I do,
Feels
but
like if there's a teleport.
I do, but fine. I guess I'm gonna look back and find it.
I gotta flip through all the stuff about cheese.
All the cheese pages.
Oh, what a great thing to come out of that.
It was delightful.
I mean, at the end of the day, here, our goal, or
It was about 2 days from Blingdenstone to get to where you faced Ilvara, and then the final tunnel topside.
So
Yeah.
4 days total from
And then
Stoneheart Enclave.
Yeah.
There's
Plus
probably gonna be
travel
more drow
overnight,
guarding
which
that
was like
exit.
2 or 3 days.
That's right.
time.
And we also
So
ran
we
into
get
the
back
undead
simple.
army on the way.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
So like 7
and they might
days.
they've probably taken over Blingdenstone by now, to be fair.
I mean, that's
We
possible.
could just torture this
Probable.
guy. He probably knows.
we're not going to torch you.
Honestly, we're going to, but we could.
Well, okay, is there like a magic school around here that would have like a teleportation circle that's like a training circle, like a driver's safety teleportation circle? that
That's
we could
heavily
use?
guarded in case people that aren't supposed to use
Right,
it use
yeah.
it. Yeah, like no.
no.
Is there like a really secret teleportation circle that only super secret people that are good at harps get to use? Because that's
We don't
not going
have
to work
any
for
of
us
those.
either. Yeah. So, but I'm just curious if that exists.
Look, I'm trying my best, okay?
Alright, so. I mean, what is. I mean, the end goal here is what? To find somebody who knows how to get rid of these demons, right?
Right.
And then go after them? And try to get rid of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you were a member of a society whose entire purpose were to do good and save the world, right? And you had a group of individuals here that maybe pose some risk to your organization, maybe, but like realistically is just trying to save the whole world from 7 demon lords that have spawned up underneath your feet. That seems like maybe a risk that a society whose whole purpose it is to do good should take.
That sounds like us.
No. He's talking about
I'm
someone
sorry.
else.
That sounds like us.
Yeah, but we don't have a teleportation circle. Couldn't be us.
Bummer, really.
Is there anything that I could do to more guarantee your trusting us with that knowledge?
It's not my knowledge to give.
Who would be someone we could talk to that?
Stan, hey, come here. These guys want to use your teleportation circle.
All right.
It's like the guy with the pickup, like, oh my gosh, I hate having this thing. Everyone always wants to borrow it.
Yo, Brad, they want to ride
That's-
in your Lambo.
I've thought about it because I'm like, what if you had like this like a foundation like slab that you would pour in a house, and then but it just happened to be mobile? Like, could you have a mobile? I don't know.
Put on a tensor sliding disc and just carry it out.
There you go.
Tensor's floating teleportation circle.
You can always teleport to where you are.
Nice. Perfect.
I cast that spell. constantly.
You just can't tell.
Flash in and out of existence, reapplying all buffs.
If you want a better chance at gaining access to it, my guy in Waterdeep is the one to talk to. I'm more of a middleman than a member.
So it's a fair point. It's a fair point. But think about how the promotion that would come from like identifying a threat to the known world and then like fast forwarding their journey to get to the next place.
Great point. You go
Just
from the
saying.
middle to
Like
a far end instead.
all the way up.
Yeah, instead
Yeah.
of there being a left and right and you in the middle, you might just be the right.
Yeah.
That's fair though.
What? Can you give us a name?
Jorl.
I'm pretty sure that Jorl was the name that was
Jorl.
given.
Jorl. You put a
Jorl
guy named Jorl in
Egolor.
charge?
Aegolor.
Wait, J-E-G.
Dude, I can't wait to go to
AEG.
Waterdeep and punch
OLOR.
freaking Volo in the face.
Jorl Egolor.
Oh, his last name.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesus. I'm like, how?
I missed the O's and the G's.
like, what? What did I write down?
Oh, jeez.
Nelson
So
Aguilar?
he could give us access to the teleportation circle here in Silvermoon.
He knows the right people.
And,
Okay.
Or yeah, if somebody who does know it in Waterdeep can teleport us to the teleportation circle here, then I can look at it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I knew that.
Yeah.
He's
One of the
he's
few
plugged
things that I
in.
knew.
He's plugged into the goings on with the Lord's Alliance.
how do we find him?
If I stand in the middle of the city playing a harp badly for a few hours, does that get the message across, or is that irony lost on you?
It would probably take quite a while for words of that particular escapade to reach the Waterdavian shores. But I can tell you, he's a half-elf. He can often be found at the Yawning Portal
Oh, really?
Oh.
in the evenings, anyways.
I felt
It's
that
popular meeting place in town.
doesn't sound good.
Bryn, you're basically from Waterdeep, right?
Yeah.
Bryn Torin would definitely know what the Yawning Portal is.
So would you.
I would assume so.
You would definitely also know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
I
would
It's not your
know.
favorite. They don't have like wines quite up to your what you're used to going after.
It's too loud and
Sorry,
rowdy.
there's this new place called Leafs that opened up. It's to die for.
It could
Not
still
yet,
be abandoned.
because I
yeah,
think
you
we
don't
just
know.
saw
True.
the future owner running to the Underdark
we
yesterday.
see him?
We did see. Well, maybe.
Well, we saw a person.
yeah.
running to the- Who knows?
Oh my gosh.
My
Well, this is a
goodness.
half-elf guy. Maybe it's his kid.
He probably doesn't have any
Jorl Aguilar, aka Kane Casanova, aka Zarias Casanova, because he's actually a bard and therefore could join the organization in question.
The really impressive part is that even though he abandons them, they still take his last name.
Right.
It's a good last name.
It's a great last name. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I've had mixed feelings about just like including the Casanovas in Antera. Like, it'd be kind of hilarious, but also I don't want it to just become the Casanova show again.
It's a great
Why
show.
not?
It was pretty fun.
They could show up.
So
That was the escape plan.
Yeah.
We had this all planned. If shit went sideways in Waterdeep, Kane and Zarias and Torin and the rest of the group, anybody who decided that they also needed to leave, because like I was pretty sure the most likely way that I get in trouble is if I default on a loan to the Zenta room,
That was not
and
gonna be good.
we were going to go play pirates. We were
I
going
had
to take a
I
ship.
had a dragon who was
Well,
gonna be our bro.
Not. Oh.
Yeah,
we
he
never
could-
did find out what happened to him.
He committed to joining us.
What happened to him?
Oh, we'll get back to it.
Nothing happened to him. He was an innocent
All right,
dragon.
listen, first of all, he took the poison, but then he recovered, and then
Out of the water deep. Abyss
and
dragon
then
heist.
and then I convinced the what's it called, whoever they were, to not kill him.
Vajra.
Yeah.
Vajra and Co.
Blackstaff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely he's fine, and he's just swimming.
How dare you.
Good.
So we have the dragon going with us that you're not gonna kill after you already
He's
killed
not,
the
he's not dead. It's fine. It's totally
game. Anyways,
Did he just leave?
back to it.
fine. You'll see.
Will we?
No, we won't.
we probably won't. Yeah,
You'll
no.
have to tell
I
us
will tell you later.
All right.
on stream, just like
Good.
out of the abyss. Also, some Waterdeep spoilers.
Just a few. Okay.
So,
So, here is.
Okay,
The
so
favorite.
what? Let's teleport to
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Well, let me talk
Yeah.
to. Let me go back to the temple
Oh, we're
today.
gonna talk to the stingy arcane people again.
They're not arcane at all.
Arcane magic, not
You're
arcane.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Nonetheless, I've got to go back to them because they said to come back today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why it's arcane magic, not your arcane magic. But
Our arcane magic.
Nicely done.
He's getting it. Alright.
before we leave, or I'm not sure if we're planning to or not. Can I ask if let's see, Samara's name is all right. Does Yordle have any connections with Vomp by chance? Any pull or sways there? Any?
Do what?
Does Yordle have any connections with Vomp? Not necessarily his spies or contacts, but does he just sort of have any friends there, or any influence over? I don't know.
I couldn't say.
So he-
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, though.
All right. You said he was knowings of the going-ons with Lord Alliance, but he did not. But he's not actually a member of it. Well, I mean, he's not part of the decision-making portion.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Okay. Good to know. All right. Well, I mean, is there anything else that we can really plan for here?
You have everything you need to teleport.
No, unfortunately, there are some.
Oh. sorry, God.
There's 50 gold required in reagents that I need to gather first.
I'm sure any member of an organization bent on saving the world from problems would probably have 50 gold to lend to people who are on their way to save the world.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's true. Also,
Deadpan.
speaking of gold for reagents, in case any of us plan on dying, we should probably go to a jeweler.
Oh,
We should probably do that. And while I'm sure they
Split
have the
the target.
materials or the money to back us up, I don't know if we can really.
Split the
I
yard.
look at him and just be like, I don't really think he's going to give it to us.
Put in a real good word with Jorl.
I have plenty of words with Jorl.
I thought you.
Look, you. Things take time. You need to let the information reach the right ears. Let it simmer with the people who make decisions for a little while. And then act.
Well, I mean, we have been, unfortunately, sitting on this information for quite some time. So to us, it seems like
Well, why have you been dilly-dallying around?
because
Well-
we've been trying to get out of the Underdark.
Look, we've
So-
told rulers of at least 6 different cities or keeps,
Yeah,
and
and-
every single one's like, yeah, that'll be a problem eventually, and then now we're here, so that's
Right.
fine.
Dilly dally.
Yeah.
By that, I mean getting split in half,
Right.
and resurrected.
Um,
And that was just last week.
Yeah, no, that was like
So-
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There was a mage's shop mentioned last week called the Shining Scroll. As far as components for Revivify or other similar magics like that, it wouldn't be well, you would know. I mean, so obviously, most of the people doing the healing type spells are
Yeah.
clerics and paladins.
Sure.
So it's very possible that some of those could be
Can be invisible.
acquired from the temple.
From the temple. You want to come to the temple and get some
No, I'm
resurrection?
busy.
We're going to the jeweler shop.
And yeah, so
Sorry.
Good.
what?
I was in his.
Oh yeah,
space.
it's a new day. Do you want to guess what the sword, where it is?
Do we have a list?
Yeah, hold
Did
on.
we guess Fang already?
I'll tell you in a second.
See, this is why Lenny's nice enough to keep a list of all the words.
Fang feels
Yeah,
like
that's
that's the name of the sword.
I think we started on the path of like dancing synonyms.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you know how many days we missed?
You know,
We guessed on day 94. It's day 97.
God.
2
We
days
could
you're
have
never
gotten
getting
it by
back.
now.
Yeah, we would have gotten it by now.
If we went to Waterdeep on
for
foot,
sure Fang.
think how many guesses that would be.
Promise
Calling
you.
16
Fang. I'll
guesses.
put both gold I have.
Maybe
left
10
on
guesses.
Fang.
Both gold. How about that pickaxe?
Both
So you put that
gold.
pickaxe on Fang?
Yeah.
Moonblade versus pickaxe? Not happening.
What a
My
way to
goddess
trick
gave
Kevin
me
into
this.
making it Fang just to give Yormik the Moonblade.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Hello.
We're gambling magical items that we got for important reasons. It's fine.
Yeah. No, we haven't guessed Fang.
Can I see your
It's
list?
Fang.
These are the ones that we have guessed here. On that side.
What all have you guessed at this point?
Don't worry
Bite,
about it.
sting, devour, corrupt, defile, devastate, ravage, desecrate, decay, reap, dance, pirouette, slaughter, violate, flourish. I really like flourish.
I did too. That's a great one.
That is a pretty good one. I'll even let you just for the sake of getting this over with. You can make 2
Okay.
guesses for the last 2 days.
Technically, it would be 3 because we haven't guessed for 95, 96. Today's 97. So
Right.
Third guess.
No, 3 in total. I'm saying you can guess for the 2 days.
What a
next.
guy.
Fang.
What a guy. He's so confident we won't guess it that he's giving us 3 guesses.
Fang.
Fang.
Why would it
give
be
him
Fang?
give him a
It's
guess.
Fang.
Give him.
It's
We
Fang.
have 3.
Fang.
There's 3 of us. Cause
Final answer. Lock it in. Deal. Fang. What
Fine.
is
It
it?
is
Fang?
not Fang.
Wow, big shocker on that one.
Look, now
Good
we
job.
know it's not Fang though.
It
Can
wasn't,
you-
it wasn't even on the list of options.
we would have never lived it down if it was Fang.
Right? And you didn't let him guess it.
No, even if we did, like we would just never hear the end of it. So thank you for changing it from Fang to whatever it is.
You're welcome.
We didn't try Riposte yet, or On Guard.
Repose seems like a good one.
Alright, Riposte.
I think we're having this conversation
All right.
in
In the
room.
bar in front of this guy. Like, hey, look at this other.
Not Riposte. That was going to be our next guess because I had
We guessed
started it.
vocal.
And I think the next one's good. On guard.
That's a great guess.
You're trolling. Yeah, I knew his face was not shocked.
I also sat for a moment thinking like that's like French, right? Like I don't know if that.
But it would be the.
Hey man,
it
I
would
don't
be.
know. I don't know
The
what
drown.
word
It
you
would
wrote
be
down.
the. It would be the Elvish because it has.
Yeah.
It says specifically.
It is legitimately like English. I'll even let you pass on guard because that's not like
All right.
technically English.
Well, I looked up a bunch of sword terms, and most of them are unsurprisingly French because that was the formal language back then. Like,
That's
people
because
cared about
they're
that.
they're the only ones to actually name them. The English were just like hit.
Mm-hmm. So it's definitely not fort with an E at the end.
Forte.
40.
So
User.
Nope. Good guess though.
Great. It's just gone. I'm pretty sure that was on the list somewhere. Oh, it is. There it is.
We could just find who had the sword last.
He was dead. And we asked the other one, and he
Then-
wouldn't tell us.
And there's some guy with a dope name that gave it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Can't speak with dead. Got nowhere.
I forgot what his name was.
I'm good, but thank you. It'll just be in my teeth for the rest of my life. So
I'm
That's
in the
fine.
camp. There
That's-
isn't a
I mean,
command
it's
word.
tasty
for
stuff.
Doug.
I did scratch that itch earlier, and by earlier I mean last week. I got like a box of Crunch and Munch. Definitely ate all of the box
So
in like
freaking
2
good.
sittings.
Yep.
So good.
Oh my gosh, it's got a corn.
Yep.
It's a fun time snack.
Okay, so Bryn and I are going to the jeweler shop to
Yeah.
totally buy stuff.
We would like to go to the jeweler shop rather than the magic shop to try to find this diamond.
Right.
It seems less risky.
One of the reagents.
Oh,
The magic
and
shop
before that, I
will
would like
have
to short rest while wearing the hat of disguise.
Right. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
Okay.
Some of
I'll
the
go to the
reagents.
temple.
Yeah, you guys stay at the Dancing Goat for a while,
Yep.
long enough for you to attune to the Hat of Disguise.
Yeah, thank you.
Meanwhile,
What about attuning the
Vera
shop?
heads to.
Well, I could, but I must. The reagents are rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems. With gold pieces, so I'm wondering if.
No, we'll get your gems. How many you need?
I mean, I don't need gems. I need chalks or inks infused with gems.
Okay, we'll get that.
We
for
can
you.
get the gem part of that. That sounds like the most expensive
But
part of
you know
it.
what?
I mean-
Never mind. I'll go to the magic shops. They probably have it. If not, then you may be seeing me at the jewelry store. Yeah. Because, I mean, if the jewelry store, they probably have jewelry. They probably don't sell inks, so
Right.
I will just go to the magic store.
Probably the easiest way.
Right. Could you crush that precious gem down for me and put it in some ink?
Can you destroy this, please?
Yeah, this is a beautiful piece of jewelry. Can you crush it?
Could you shoot the diamond out of that?
And then just like
ring?
shoot some pen ink on it too, I guess, just for the rub-ins. Okay, so yeah, you make your way over to the Shining Scroll. And there is a elven man behind the counter when you arrive. Yes, what can I do for you, miss?
I'm looking for reagents for the teleportation circle spell. I need inks with gemstones crushed and infused with it, or chalks, whichever you have, or whichever's cheaper, perhaps. But I need about 50 gold. For now, I need about 50 gold pieces for them.
Of course. The inks are the handiest I have on me at the moment, if that is fine.
Yeah, that works great. Actually, I prefer the inks. I can use them in my other crafts, so that works great.
You said about 50 gold pieces worth?
Yep.
Easily done. Please put your money on the counter. I'll be back in a moment.
Got a krill stuck in the back of my mouth.
Choking to death.
So
Yeah, but he goes and gets you the inks and everything you need for that.
Okay.
50 gold's worth.
50 gold.
Unless you're
I
talking
don't. Oh shit!
Oh shit.
I don't have 50 gold.
I have
Would
two.
have to prepare that.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
I
don't.
forgot.
Are you guys super broke? Why am I feeling like you
We'll do
have a
that
ton of gold
I have a
and
ton of
everybody
gold.
else is
I
kind of
have
broke?
some gold. I have 230 or
You
220.
know why? Because I bought that.
I don't know how much you have.
Look, we came to the Underdark to take only pictures and leave only footprints. All right.
I bought-
Over 1,000.
What?
I have 0 platinum.
How?
And
0 platinum and what?
9 gold.
9 gold.
Oh, dude.
What did you buy?
I don't remember. I think it might have been the glass eye, which costs 100 gold pieces, for my magic eye spell.
I also.
That's fair. And I guess that you really like. You missed all of the Gracklestug stuff. There's no money to be gotten in Neverlight
Probably
Grove,
started.
and
Yeah, it's that.
yeah, okay.
And I also think I assume it pitched it for the protection that I have. Or whatever I replaced
I'll-
your item.
So, I mean, given that, I can give you 50 gold for the thing.
Otherwise, it'd be real awkward. if it didn't come back.
Well, you have to 50
Hey
gold.
guys.
Is that for one cast of it?
Yeah,
So
that's an annoying waste.
Yeah. So I'll give you 100 gold then.
Oh, okay. Then I'll pick up 2 casts worth. And I'll put the money on the counter.
So I think the other thing is most of my magic items, like for both of us, a lot of our magic items have come from like storyline stuff rather than buying them.
yeah, I'm just
Grave robbing.
I still don't know how. What did I buy differently than you that
I bought
you have so much more?
Oh,
Dragon
also,
Armor.
while you guys are here,
No, that
like,
Dragon Armor didn't pay for it.
who
was free.
has all of the like loot written down from the various things and people you've killed? Because I watched the end of like the one where you guys were fighting Uranus and Sarissa, and like in the end you looted all of the drow armor and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like mostly mundane things, but this is a city
I
where
think
you could
that was
decently expect to
Lenny.
I thought we
offload that.
sold that at
I think we-
Penguinstone already.
Oh, that's possible.
I'm pretty
I
So
sure
don't
I-
think
we
we're
already
carrying
only-
a whole lot right now.
The only valuable stuff I have written down is 5 zircon
That's right.
that I could be convinced we've already sold, but I've been keeping this inventory pretty up to date. I think.
So the counter.
Does it say how much they're worth? You have a popcorn
They're
in your
not.
beard? In your mustache, actually.
I have.
I think there were like 10 gold.
I
apiece.
definitely have the zircon value written down somewhere. I'll get to it.
They weren't very much, which is probably why we still have them.
Who's Vizarin Age? Oh wait, that was the shift in reality.
Where'd you get this?
My mom got it from IGA in Opsa Falls.
What a find.
I haven't had kettle corn for so long.
I know, it's so good.
Who'd you just ask about? Lenny? Who'd you just ask
It was
about?
somebody from the one shot Doug ran, the shift in reality one shot.
Ah, gotcha.
I don't think we have a whole lot of mundane
We sold
stuff.
most of the stuff that we picked up.
Yeah, we sold it to the people fighting slimes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so no, you were able to acquire 100 gold worth of the teleportation circle components. No problem.
Is this,
Uh,
I do have all the loot written.
is this
down.
where we also have the potions? We bought potions, right?
We sold them for sure.
Actually, no, we haven't bought any, have we?
No, we have not bought potions since we
We haven't been here, so I will also ask while I'm here. I'm actually out of cash right now, but some of my friends have money. Do you have magical items for sale as well? Any specials you have going on? Anything you're particularly proud of that you're looking to get rid of?
Well, potions are on special 2 for the price of 2.
Oh, great! It's amazing.
This guy's funny.
But we do have a few magical items here. Nothing too terribly outlandish, but some with decent utility. What are your friends in the market for?
Frankly, I'm not sure, but I'll let them know that you have some available, and they might stop by sometime today or tomorrow. Fortunately, I had to borrow money just to afford these things, so I'm flush out. Maybe they will have an interest in something like that.
Very well.
Right.
Adieu.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, and so, like, timing-wise here, there's nothing, so, like, we can not fast forward, but abbreviate through some of the day. Like, you're going to the temple, obviously, and you guys are going to go fuck around to this jeweler's,
Yeah.
apparently. But, yeah, we're sort of, for the moment, like going, like, hour by hour is just kind of not necessary, so it's more like, what are you guys trying to do today?
Yeah,
Stuff, but
for sure.
yeah, Nero arrives back at the temple. You are shown inside again and guided back up to the High Priestess's chamber. And she, looks busy, but obviously as soon as she sees you, she greets you and gestures for you to come further in, take a seat. The Moon Maiden has shown gravely concerning omens to me. I have reached out to our sister temples in Neverwinter and Waterdeep, and the high priests there saw similar omens upon their own communing with the lady. We're in the process of reaching out to our our church forces currently on non-essential missions throughout the Sword Coast, and we will be sharing the word with a handful of other similarly aligned churches in our shared cities. I have also reached out to the government of Silvery Moon here, but you know, politicians, things take time.
Absolutely.
But steadily, we are making progress already. Obviously, so by our reaching out to Silvery Moon's overseers, that by extension, they will reach out to, I assume, once we're able to share the news of this plight with them, that they will in turn reach out to the other members of the Lord's Alliance. And we will plan in accordance with them, but if you learn of another way through which the church could be more effective in combating the Demon Lord incursion, please inform us post-haste. I don't know precisely what your plans and intentions are moving forward, but should you find yourself traveling to Neverwinter or Waterdeep, I am confident the high priests of those temples would appreciate hearing what you have to say firsthand.
Absolutely. I know for a fact that the bare minimum will be returning. My companions and I will be traveling soon to Waterdeep. If for no other reason, to try to speak with somebody who may be able to speed up the process on mobilizing the Lord's Alliance and perhaps conveying the gravity of the situation more clearly to them. It is welcome news to see that at least our people are taking action as quickly as possible.
Of course. Though, full disclosure, I did certainly hope that you were wrong.
I wish I was.
I also see that your reconnective meditation with Selune during the night proved to be most rewarding. She looks straight at your Moonblade.
Occurs at the end.
Yep. Oh yeah, she looks your Moonblade over real good. Moonblades are powerful artifacts and extensions of the Moon Maiden's will on this plane. For her to have given one to you, she must see in you a great potential for good. If you fall short of that, however, I am sure that your new weapon will let you know.
I must admit that I certainly have fallen short of that in the past. However, under her guidance and someone, as I pat the hilt, to keep me in check, I intend to only bring further glory to her.
Good. Well then, if you will excuse me, I have further matters to attend to. Obviously, we must continue spreading the word to our various smaller temples throughout the land. Feel free to return anytime. This temple will always be a refuge for you.
I thank you so much. I do I will say this as well. If you need to get word to me and my companions, as we certainly intend to continue this effort to address the horrors that are occurring beneath us. Any of the temples in the other cities, if you need to get word to me, I will inevitably be there at some point here.
Very good. Well, I wish you well, Nero Amaris.
Bow my head and head out.
She returns the bow. Alright, and you head back.
But with somebody else, because I'm not going to ask her about purchasing
Sure.
a component.
Right, yeah.
For
One of the
stuff.
acolytes
Yeah.
is like, oh yes, no, there is a supply here that we do restock our holy soldiers. What do you require?
What do I need? It's like diamond dust for the.
I think it's a single
A
diamond
diamond.
worth 300
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or diamonds. I don't
A
remember.
single diamond, I believe.
Okay.
Worth 300
Mm-hmm.
for Revivify. Well, I don't have 300 gold. So unless I get the Salune discount,
Yeah, so you're the
unless I get-
chosen one of Salune and your family's famous. You're fine. Just ask for
how many could you give me for this
I'm
sword?
gonna say sell the sword.
So
The sword would protest.
I imagine so.
they will give you one such diamond
Okay.
for 200 gold.
Well, I will use all of my money to buy said diamond as it is.
Worth
It's
a
not
lot.
gonna work now.
necessary. What?
It's only 200 gold.
True.
So it has been so assessed.
Now if I go and try and sell it for 350, I'll turn a huge
It'll only
profit.
consume part of the diamond.
Man, unless with
Some guy-
50 gold pieces of diamond dust, just chip some of it off.
Some guy cons you, it just like sells his 200 diamond gold to, or gold diamond to you worth 300 gold, and you think you have the right components, and then it just the spell fizzles, and you're just like, that son of a bitch.
That's amazing.
I'll mark
All
it.
right, cool. I mean, and if you're just gonna give it to Bryn whenever you see him, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I
Mark
can
it
mark
on.
But that works too. A diamante.
It's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, no. I don't know that. I know that your plan. I mean, I know your plan.
Right, no, I get
But
you.
Nero doesn't know your plan.
No, Lenny doesn't know it either. It's
No,
it's very subtle.
It's a great.
No one could have guessed it at this point.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So I have the hat. I'm going to disguise myself.
What?
Okay.
I'm
What?
gonna be.
I'm surprised
Yeah, I
that you would
know.
do this.
I knew it.
You find a
Oh.
jewelry store called Golden Gems. It's like gold apostrophe N gems. You find a boisterously friendly dwarf who runs the shop.
casting invisibility on myself before we go in.
So I'm going to disguise myself as kind of like a noble, still like same size, same, doing as much as I can to sort of fit my same posture, but like
Sure.
a noble kind of pompous, kind of airheaded a little bit. I'm gonna
Look
walk.
exactly like Nero without the armor on.
Yep, that's what I'm going for.
No, I look too cool. Maybe like the guy he just talked to at the magic shop.
And I'm gonna walk in there like making sure to like kind of jingle my purse as I walk in, like
Okay.
let it be known that I'm a man of means. Walk in. I'm looking for some large diamonds today. How are you doing, sir?
Simply outrageous.
Good, sir. Diamonds, you say?
Diamonds, I say.
Well, diamonds we have.
Show me them. Show me. What's the largest diamond you have?
Oh, the largest diamond I have. I don't know what like gold increments diamonds come in.
It's fine.
it up.
Right. Just come back. After you steal it, come back as Britta. Be like, can you appraise this diamond?
$2.99.
How much is
It's
this?
like that. $2.99.
I'll bring you the 2 biggest diamonds that we have here in the store.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
So this dwarf, after unlocking several locks via a few different key rings on different drawstring lanyards, unlocks a case, opens it, and pulls out 2 little small velvet pouches. Closes, locks everything up behind him. Comes up to the counter.
Give me a little more information about this case and where it was located.
I also would like to cast See Invisibility, just in case.
We're gonna try to rob this place if you haven't noticed.
I had figured that
okay.
one out. So the problem
Silver
with
moon,
you casting
ice.
See Invisibility is that if you cast a spell while you are invisible, you are no longer invisible.
That's fine. That's fine. I was here the whole time.
And you have the hood on, right?
Sir, I've come bearing tidings
Don't
from
kill
faraway
me!
lands. No.
Do you
They
see
sent
him?
me
Am
after
I
you.
dying?
There's a very convenient teleportation circle placed here thousands of years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, make a deception check, I guess, if you're going with the do you see him and you're afraid of him.
Yes, I'm terrified. Can I explain just how terrified I am of him for a bit longer and use my liar's liar? That is,
It's the last time I was
Just roll your deception check. You weren't playing music for him, so.
I don't think I have to be playing.
How's it
it
read
to
again?
use
I
it.
honestly don't remember exactly how it reads.
Liar's liar.
Yeah, you have advantage on any charisma deception check you make when you spend at least 1 minute attempting to convince a creature of a lie.
But no.
I don't think you're getting a whole minute out of because if he legit thinks that you're scared of this dude, he's probably not just gonna stand here and listen to you panic about it.
Okay. Natural.
Those natural ones are paying off.
Let's go!
Law of averages.
Oh God, I do see him, and he pockets both of the diamonds. Guards! Guards!
Wait, no.
I'm gonna like huddle. So the case. Where's the
Sorry.
case from?
So yes, he went behind the counter to. There's sort of like. There was like a locked chest in a locked wall safe.
Yeah,
Not so much necessary. I mean, it was relatively heavy, I guess. It's not like a thin metal. It's definitely a good half-inch thick kind of steel door to it. But you saw him open several locks to get into a case that also had a lock on it on the inside to get to where he pulled these diamonds out.
Okay.
I would like to take out the spell gem as this guy's freaking out. And I will cast Suggestion, which we did.
I loaded that up.
Okay.
Sir, please, I suggest you calm down.
What if I just don't? What if I can?
No, stop! Freak out! I suggest you freak out.
There's 2 ways to really test the bounds of your character. One is combat, and the other is this.
Yep.
It's the hijinks.
Let's just see what happens.
In the bowl.
I just saw it.
What is your spell save?
17.
17. He stops calling for the guards. Where did you come from?
From a galaxy far, far away, and a time other than this. I don't have a long time to understand. This man is responsible for the fate of the universe in the future.
What?
It's okay. I'll meet you outside later, and I'm gonna walk outside. Then I'm gonna try to stealth back in.
Give me a deception check.
Next time I try to rob a jewelry store, I'm
no.
leaving Yorvik out of it.
That's a natural one.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave immediately.
That's what I was gonna do anyway.
Please go now. Yes, please.
Okay, I will walk out the door. I would like to try to stealth back in. Just to provide some cover.
Ding! Door closes. You want to come back
I would
in?
like to stealthily come back in by not activating the bell.
As he leaves, I'm just going to be like, do you really have a teleportation circle here?
No, I have
How did
no idea what he
didn't
was
see him
talking
come
about. It seemed... I have no idea what he was talking about. I just...
I thought it was terrifying. I thought it was a visage of death come to take my life. That happens, you know. You see death just before it comes.
I had heard that, yes.
What'd you get?
I got a 21 on the stealth check if we were doing that.
This feels really stupid.
It 100%
It is
is.
really stupid. I hope he knows
So-
this,
As he's walking back from the door, like he followed Yormik out the door, the bell dinged, the door closed behind him, and he looks out for a second and turns around to head back to the counter and to where you're waiting.
Yeah.
And in that time, you roll a perception check as well.
Beautiful.
11.
So you also don't notice
Nope.
that the door opens again, and he sucks it in without pushing the door far enough to hit the bell, sneaks back in, and just ducks down behind the first table or whatever in there. So you are in there.
Do I see anything invisible? Just in addition to all this.
Nothing obvious on the floor or ground that you see. Where are you looking? What are you looking
Well,
at?
when I cast it first, I was standing next to him, so I would have been looking at the guy in the main jewelry case. And probably the ceilings as well.
When precisely did you...
After he pulled the
So it
diamond.
would have been after.
It would have been after he pulled it out.
Yeah.
You didn't notice anything invisible, on the safe or anything like that. No, yeah. So you wouldn't have noticed any invisible entities
Sweet.
that you could tell.
Totally fine. Yep. I'm hiding in a jewelry shop. Yep. Beautiful.
Gonna go well. I'm so terribly sorry about that. That was
I don't know.
unbelievable.
Does that happen often?
Never. I don't know what caused it now.
I heard my uncle once tell me a story. Never mind, that's for another time. Well, I was so looking forward to purchasing some gems today, and now that really has set me in such poor spirits. May I see the diamonds which you had brought out?
Of course. He reaches into either pocket and pulls back out the two small velvet pouches, and opens up kind of like a little dice bag. And in each hand holds up just definitely the two largest diamonds that you have ever seen in your life. The size that worth 1,900 gold. One's 1,000, one's 900.
Whew. That's like
We're gonna
6
be
revivifies.
So rich.
Well, after you exchange them in water, after you fence them in water deep, yeah.
For smaller diamonds.
Yeah.
I need more useful sized diamonds than this, please.
Can you break this for me?
Alright, somebody needs to chop this exactly into thirds.
The issue is if it's cut, once you cut it into thirds, each third is probably not worth 300 gold.
I would agree with that.
Those are very fine diamonds. I was so looking forward to all of this, but I don't know. It seems like an ill omen. This hooded figure entering today. I'm sorry. My nerves are still so frazzled. Do you have any tea or water in the back that you might get?
So there's not so like most jewelers, like most of the store is kind of a showroom. So there's not really like oh, let me just go into this like workshop in the back. This is a like purely jewelry vendor. They're not like necessarily making any of the stuff on their own.
Sure.
But they're yes, I could absolutely. I could put a spot of tea on. Or actually, I don't have any tea. I could get coffee. Is coffee okay? I have.
Coffee would
Otherwise,
be
I just
great.
have some water.
Yes, coffee would be wonderful. Thank you.
Well, let me go and start the water to boil. And the so there are like 2 doors in the rear of the shop, and for the it's also not a moron, so
Yeah.
pockets these 2 diamonds.
That'd be way too easy.
Right. And heads back, and like you see the door open, and it's basically like a little tiny back room. It's like, you know, maybe there's like enough for like a chair and a small counter and a small like
A desk.
just like if you just like walled off where that door is, it's a real small
Enough
space.
space for dormant.
Oh, that's a good point.
But no, but like you see a table, and like there's probably what's the word, like appraisal gear, and I can't think of what the what's the like.
Oh yeah, the like
Just
jeweler's
little-
lens.
Yeah, yes, that sort of stuff.
So as he goes to put them in his pocket, what I would like to do is I would like to pretend to faint, and as I do, I would like to use that as cover for the somatic and verbal components of casting animate object.
Oh my god.
Just gonna put all these spells to the test today.
Yep.
Yeah. What does my pickaxe do?
Looking this up.
If
How
he
was I
makes it to
prepared
the
for
door,
this?
I've got an idea. Yep.
So
I'm just gonna wall them up.
they need to not be being worn or carried.
Oh dang it.
How many are in the case in front of him?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Guess. Is the case bolted down?
The like display like counter cases that are in front of you.
Are there any just like tables in there?
They all they don't necessarily look bolted down, but they're like I don't fucking know what a jeweler store table is like. No, they're not bolted down, but they're like large and metallic. Like they're like one display case is probably like the size of like this table, right? Because like you sort of do the display so you can look down sort of like both sides of the different tiers of different everything.
Okay.
Rip tier.
Too soon.
So would you still like to do your animate objects ploy?
So much. I think that's the play. Alright, so I'm going to animate the case.
Okay. The one that he was sort of like standing behind is like the main counter, or another like one behind you in the room, you know, maybe like the one that you don't know that Yormung's hiding behind, or pick a case.
Probably
any
just
case.
the main counter. I don't know. Yeah, I think if we're gonna go for this, we just go for the big one.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, it's a large, heavy metal and glass display case.
Yeah.
I would also, as I see the stone case begin to move, I would like to subtly cast Stone Shape to create a box around this jeweler.
Yeah.
You know, there has to be stone around.
Is there not stone on the floor?
In my mind, it was wood.
Okay, never mind then. That's not
Sorry.
That's okay.
There's a lot less stone structures in this town than
Sure.
in all the Underdark ones.
They're totally legitimate.
So I'm going to then, as I'm sort of like, pretending to sort of like faint a little bit, and he goes to get me coffee. I'm going to mentally command this case to just start walking out the front door. Actually, I'm going to command it to charge at me, and then I'm going to dive out of the way and have it run out the front door. I'm going to make it look aggressive. And I'm just going to say, help!
All right. So first we need to start with your sleight of hand. So we're going to do a sleight of hand check, and then there's also going to be a performance check, one for each spell component that you are attempting to mask here.
Sure. Which would just be one, right?
Because he commands.
I'm mentally command them.
Right, but there's verbal and somatic components.
Just would the sleight of hand be for the somatic components?
Right, the sleight of hand's for the somatic, and then
Performance
for
for
the-
verbal.
right.
Yeah.
So sleight of hand.
Yep. Easy money.
Natural 20.
We're so
man
rich.
This man is going rich. He has 2
Let's
ones
go.
and 2 20s today.
All right. And then I can only roll well on the things that don't matter. Here's the bad one. What did you say? Performance?
I
Yep.
mean, one of those matters.
19.
19. Okay. So the whole counter
Actually-
in front of you,
Yeah. 20 if it matters.
okay, just like turns and throws itself at you, almost like it's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
And so you just like dive out of the way and make it look all dramatic.
Yeah.
And
like-
it just makes a beeline for the door. It hits 2 other of the other big display tables on its way out. And so you're like ducked down behind one of them,
Fine.
and suddenly it's just like is hit, and it hits you and just knocks you forward onto the floor.
Beautiful. Is the glass broken on the case?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. I would like to reach in and grab the first thing I can reach.
The least graceful eyes I've ever seen.
It's gonna work. I would like to
I
grab
think
the
it would
first
work
thing.
out if Yormik weren't here.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, let me just see if there's a fucking table for random gems and shit.
Can we talk about Jorvik? The only,
I know,
basically
I know.
the only Duragar in the city with a hooded,
A
veil.
shadow hood.
Shadow.
It's like,
fine.
I'm gonna come in and be invisible, and I'm like, okay, that's a great idea, and he just shows up. And I'm like,
Yeah, they're gonna describe you, and everybody's gonna be like,
Yeah, I saw that
I think he was a cop, I don't know.
I was a time cop, alright?
It's like,
So there is. I don't have a handy table, so you reach up
Yep.
and you roll a d4 for me.
Beautiful.
I'll use that to decide what kind of stuff you grab.
you can grab one.
Holy.
I believe.
That's
in
really
you.
difficult. 3.
3.
Three
Okay.
things.
No, one thing. You reach up and grab what feels like a cool chain. You pull your hand down and you've grabbed just a random necklace.
Fantastic.
Display case.
Beautiful.
All right.
Can I try to quickly run out of the store without being seen?
You can certainly
I
try.
would like to do that.
Oh, wait, hang on. Before I want to establish now that your table and display case has been hit and broken by the other one that's trying to get out of. Are
Yeah.
you following the other counter out of the door?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh my god!
just the most
This is
suspicious looking
amazing.
thing I can
Okay.
imagine.
So
I don't know why I'm casting these
full-
spells.
the
You can
full-
just cast these spells openly.
the counter reaches the front door and just fucking blasts through.
We're so busted.
What's this weed shit?
Well, they know he's
I don't
us.
think I'm even busted. I think
Okay, wait. Never mind. Hang on. I have a spell for this. I would like to cast
No,
Dimension.
hang on.
Okay.
You bolt for the door
Sure.
and are running behind the counter. At this point, you see the back of Yormik's head, whether he was wearing the hood or not, I don't know. But you just see him like following this counter out the door.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna keep going for now. I don't know. We'll figure something out, maybe. Do you reach for the counter?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright. So you
I'm
follow.
going out the door the opposite direction of the counter. I'm not following it. I want that to be on the record. I'm not
Okay.
following this out the door.
So
I'm
I just-
running from the mayhem that's happening.
The
in this
counter is just going straight out the door. I don't know which way is which on the road.
Currently, it's I would have just told it to like run away.
Okay. I have an important question. Can the counter fly?
If it doesn't.
Does it have legs?
No.
Then it can.
I was like, oh, it needs legs to fly. I don't know why that's not that
No, if it
made
has
sense.
legs, if anything
No,
has
it's
legs,
just-
it walks. And if
Okay.
it doesn't, it gets to
flies.
fly.
No, it's just right now, it's just like grinding, pushing across the floor. It takes off through the doorway, blasts the door off the hinges, and like breaks both sides of the door frame because it's a little too wide. And it just takes off out of the doorway up into the air.
Yeah.
It's just like you follow it out the door.
Yep.
It has a fly speed of 30 feet, and I get to command it
Okay.
from up to
120. No, it's
500 feet away.
So yeah, no, you follow it out the door. It takes off flying, and you
So
bolt.
discreet.
You hear
Imagine you shaking that conversation.
you hear you hear the gentleman who went to make some coffee scream again. Oh my god! just completely freaking out. And there's just no planet where I'm counting your previous suggestion as keeping him calm for his table running away.
Reasonable.
Just yeah. So
That's
he is
fine.
once again shrieking.
Yep.
And he just starts. He runs out of the bedroom and like to like look and watch his fucking counter fly away.
Yeah.
He just like runs, just stands outside the front of his shop.
I'm going to walk up to him and accost him for having such an unsafe place of business that I would come here to purchase gems at such a nice establishment and be first jumped at by a visage of death and then be attacked by his furniture. This is absurd and obscene, and I will never be back with my business. And I will storm off.
Give me one more performance check or deception, your choice.
I will accost him for 1 full minute.
Okay. While you're accosting him for 1 full minute,
he's
he
baffled.
does again just call out into the street for guards. And by the time you finish berating him, the first just 2 random like street guardsmen are sort of hustling up to the storefront. And it's what'd you roll?
That was a 26.
He's just like doesn't even know what to say.
I'm just walking away.
One of the guards is just like, oh, wait a minute.
Do you have any idea what I've been through today? And I'm going to continue to try to walk away.
Wait, so one guard follows after you, The other one is asking the jeweler, like, what happened? What in the world happened here? And the other guard is like, wait, no, tell me what happened.
His establishment must be cursed. That's the only thing I can imagine. I went in there to buy just some nice gems for myself because it's been a long week. Because sometimes, business just goes poorly. And so I go in there, I go to buy 2 gems, and what happens? But a visage of death, the Grim Reaper himself, appears beside me and threatens my life. And this man escorts him out as if you can just escort out death itself. And then we go back to business. I'm upset. He goes to make me some coffee. Suddenly the furniture comes alive and assaults me. And then I look over, and lo and behold, the Grim Reaper himself stands there again. Obviously, he's been commanding furniture to assault just random patrons in the city. I would like to go home, where my furniture doesn't attack me.
Where is it that you live? What is your name? We need to make
Why
an
do you
incident
need
report.
it? What?
You were there at the time of the incident. This is just procedure.
My name is Bornhold von Still.
Bornhold?
Bornhold von Still. I'm visiting from a nearby city.
Mr. Von Still, where can you be found? Where can you be reached? Where are you staying in our city?
Where am I staying? What's the
Gold
name
Nook
of
Inn is the
yeah,
swanky
Gold
place?
Nook Inn, Gold Nook Inn. I'm staying at the Gold Nook Inn.
Make another deception check.
Okay. Have I been talking for a minute?
Yes.
I think literally.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Was it a 1 and a 3?
1 and a 3.
But
However,
But actually,
12.
Okay. We'll come and find you there later.
Thank you.
And he peels off and heads back towards the storefront.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going to tell the thing to the counter full of gems to go to a try to find like an uninhabited part of the city and just like bunker down there.
okay.
all according to
Oh, wait, never mind. No. Never mind. It's alter self, not disguise self. I was like, wait, you've been disguised this whole time. How can you concentrate? But it's not concentration.
It's also a hat.
It's also a hat.
I don't know if it lets you do it without concentration. If it were a hat of a concentration spell,
Right,
I
right,
don't.
right.
I think that's why potions are crazy expensive, because if you like drink a potion of invisibility and then also cast a concentration spell, it's like
Right. Gotcha.
I've been also trying to pick those up.
So where are you? You're sending this
I was
floating.
waiting for it.
You're sending this floating counter to.
I'm gonna tell it to try to find. I'm just gonna tell it to gently and quietly come down into like a back alley somewhere.
Okay. Does it have like intelligence to know how to like look at the world and find a
so
back
I
alley?
would have to command it. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell it to keep.
You could park it on a rooftop, or you could put it in one of those trees that Yorwick likes to talk to.
I'm gonna walk away and try to find an alley to tell it to.
Okay.
Over to.
You go around the block and you're like, all right, bring it in.
Yeah.
Come on. Sure.
Yeah, I also.
I went back to the inn.
Man, this is why I just stranded you guys the Underarch for forever. So you just don't do bullshit like
you knew
this.
2 days
Hey,
into
that's
the
what
city,
happens
we
when
would-
we're in a city that doesn't murder you for stealing.
Yeah, he let us. You let us reach our first real city while our guard is level 9.
This is 9 levels of bad initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
I should have blown
I promise not to do this in
almost
every
cast
city.
Storm Sphere.
They're not doing it in Waterdeep, or you're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, that would be a
Um,
problem.
So
Only if you get caught.
the only
You'll get caught.
the only problem with your plan is
Yeah.
that this flying counter is a bit of a spectacle.
Yeah, for sure.
And you find an alley that's like initially empty, and you have it come down and like come to a rest there, but like somebody else sees you looking down the alley and then notices this flying counter that just like sits down there.
I'm gonna look at it just as bewildered as he is. I'm gonna look over at him.
Did-
Are you seeing
did you-
this? Did you do
That
this?
just happened, right?
Is this your counter?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna like walk over to it, kind of
Just
interested.
convince this stranger that he did it.
I'm gonna walk over to this counter, like just kind of interested.
This guy like walks over to it with you and he just looks at it and is like, wow. Then he looks up at you.
What do you think we should do with it?
I won't tell if you won't.
Alright.
It's just like you just like, and he doesn't even take like a truckload because it's just this guy walking down the street. He doesn't like have a bag or anything, but he just like grabs like several things in pockets when he could just grab and walk and without rattling after this.
Yeah.
And then just like hustles out of the alley.
I'm gonna take the rest of it because I have a magic bag that lets me.
I'm gonna do one of these.
Right.
This fell today. What I thought you were gonna do is have it like open it up, hold the bag, and have it just slide everything down into your bag.
Just open the mouth of the bag, just push the entire counter
I was,
into
like,
it.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I get away with this if this guy just like is in on it now with me. Like we can be
It
friends.
would
That's
have been
fine.
funnier if he's just like, is this yours? And he's just like, yes.
That's when suggestion comes in.
You're just like, oh fuck.
That's when
All
I
right,
polymorph myself
so,
into a giant ape and
Or polymorph him into a rat.
just
Same thing effectively.
So yeah, you hustle out of the alley with your ill-gotten gains.
we did it, boys.
I'm
Thanks
just
for
gonna
your-
Yeah, I got you.
assume.
No problem at all. It's fine.
Yeah. So you've got a counter full of stuff. Yormik got
What
a
I get?
necklace.
How good is it?
It has a decently impressive looking like blue
Really hope it's
like
cursed.
primary stone
I'm so
in it.
happy if it is.
What was it?
It was just
cursed.
like, what if it's cursed? The one thing he grabs.
Give it to Volo.
Yep.
Let's find out.
I hope so. That would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for.
I mean, in my headcanon is that Vera got her inks and was on the way back to the inn, decided to stop for like a croissant and some wine, and then just in the background, there's just a flying car. And she's just happy as can be, just chilling.
Ah, it's so nice to be back.
I'm just chilling out.
Chaos
Just chaos.
ensues behind.
Chilling out in the room.
Nero's
with my
walking
hood
back
up,
from his
got the
temple.
chain on.
He's feeling good. He's like, things are looking up.
Things are
They've talked, like they're getting in touch. We're getting things moving. In the distance, there's just a blip in the sky because it's far enough away. Where I'm like,
Is it a bird?
what the? And then
Just like
still
T-Rocket
walking
after they
Yeah,
blast off.
How many
not my
gems
problem.
did you steal today?
How many gems
How
did
many
you
did
steal
you
today?
steal?
One.
How many could have been stolen had you not been there?
Maybe
Unclear.
Fair, I'm not totally sure that plan looks a whole lot different without Yormik there.
more. It was more confusing for the populace. Now they're
That's for fucking sure.
Now looking for the Durgar with a shaded cloak, who's with us.
yeah, it's fine.
Hence why I kept saying Visage of Death and Grim Reaper.
Exactly.
Sneaky.
All right. Well,
Hey, we should leave.
after the
Alright, so you're gonna
Yeah.
need this back.
Yeah.
So, you guys eventually reconvene, presumably back at the Wayward House.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you said a waypoint, wherever. You
We
meet
got a
wherever
message
you
for
wanted
the
to.
airport protecting us.
Vera informs you that there are some magical items available at the Shining Scroll.
I bet there'll be some Waterdeep. It's fine. Let's go.
Presumably, Nero fills you in on his conversation with the High Priestess.
We got a lot of moon bros.
Yeah. So what do you
Ready to help
guys?
us out.
Good.
What is the game plan next?
Waterdeep right now.
How many
You
down?
can also actually. This is a wonderful time to take a little break,
Okay.
and we will come back with a plan.
Fantastic.
See you soon.
It's all water.
And we're back.
From outer space.
Oh god, we're back in the abyss. While we were out
No.
getting ice cream sandwiches, everybody tripped and fell down a really deep hole.
Not again.
Which, I mean, that didn't happen to you, but that literally happened to
It
him.
was really unfortunate.
Did you trip though?
No,
He was
werewolves
running
were
away from
chasing
werewolves and he just fell down a, like, 50-foot hole.
me.
Yeah.
50 foot hole.
Yeah, and then somebody got me.
Yeah.
Yarp.
All right, so if you guys get back,
Yeah.
You guys get back.
No, you guys get back.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so
You guys had to attune to stuff and
Yeah, that's true.
all that fun stuff.
so we
And then you had to attune to the spell after you put the thing in it, too. It's
we got some diamonds
good.
for a revivify.
Oh, me
And
too.
we got a little extra side money for
I got
you two
this
were
as
a
the
little short.
reward.
I'm also short now after buying a diamond.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we're not. We got it. We got you.
What's this we shit? This guy's got like
He's broke.
he has nothing.
Are you,
No,
wearing,
maybe
are you
it's
wearing the
just
necklace
Yeah,
right now?
well, 100%. Yeah.
Where did you get that?
This has been established. Some guy walking down the street is like, I've never seen something so magnificent as you before. He's like, you must have this, and I took the chain.
Yeah.
It's got to be cursed.
Well, that's-
it's cursed.
It's
right?
probably cursed. I mean, but it goes with his whole like cursed look.
Right.
No,
Right,
I mean
this
it
is like
actually
cursed
doesn't
sheep.
match at all. He's completely like everything
But that's
about
how
his
you know it's
coloration
cursed.
is dark. It's like gray. It's kind of earthy, and then he's
It's
got
nice
this
blue.
gold chain with blue.
That's how you know it's cursed.
Right. Yeah. No, this is.
It looks terrible.
It's like ancient tomb chic.
Yeah.
Ancient tomb
This is what I
chic.
will be buried wearing, guaranteed.
All right, is that a death wish for
Give-
today?
give it-
Sounds like he's dying.
Give it at the end of the day.
He's dying very soon, I think.
Oh,
God.
Explains the smell.
So you now know how to get us to Waterdeep Lake.
Right.
Right now.
I basically just need
So-
enough room.
While you guys are, seated together at the Wayward House, you hear a bit of ruckus down the street, just a little bit. You're not too far from the Golden Oak Inn here.
Hey, you should figure out how the spell works real quick.
You should really probably not wear the necklace.
I'll just put the hood up, that way you can't see, and I'll put it under the shirt. It's just this darkness.
I wouldn't do the darkness either.
I mean, you can take the cowl down and still have it
I'm
hiding.
gonna
the
give
necklace,
him
probably.
the hat
Hat
of
of
disguise
disguise,
back. I'm just gonna
Ding.
give it an hour, and you should just use that.
Does it require to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will give it 1 hour, and then I will change into things. But understanding Yormic's basic self-preservation instincts, I will place the necklace inside of Bryn's bag of holding.
Or handy haversack, whatever.
That too.
Whatever you want.
Handy
Bag of another dimension.
The bag that should now
And
be
then we
put
put
inside
that
Nero's
bag into the
bag.
bag of holding.
Right.
The necklace actually had a small portable hole as the pendant.
Ha! Got him! Spelljammer time. Let's go to the astral plane.
So there's a chance that they're looking for at least Bryn.
Who's
Why
looking
did
for Bryn?
why did Bryn just give you the hat of disguise then?
Well, no. It's complicated.
It is complicated. That's true. That much he's telling the truth about.
It's a good thing none of us had any ties to this place, because we should probably not come back for a very long time.
What did you do?
No, so 3 of us can come back whenever we want.
You know what? Just don't. I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to be part of.
I can't be complicit if I don't know about it.
Exactly.
Where are we going? Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Right.
Waterdeep.
I need a 10-foot circle of room.
Right,
And-
fantastic. We can probably move the beds, right?
Yeah, I guess that would probably work.
Is this a wooden building or a stone building?
Wood.
Remember how you wanted to burn everything?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, no, that was the building made out of a tree. Still.
I think that's what most wooden
Quite
buildings
stands.
Almost all of them. Maybe even all of them.
are. Maybe.
I'm gonna, as we're rearranging the room to
Has
make
to
a
be
10-foot
one.
space, I'm just
Just
gonna
made
slide
out
a
of, like, shrubs.
cabinet in front of our door, just in case there's
Why?
like a. You know, just like in case somebody decides to be like, hey, I saw a guy in this room, and
Yeah, it's fine. Just let them come in this room. It's if you barricade the door,
It'll be very obvious
suspicious.
that you were trying to keep people out. You
No,
can just
I'm gonna make the room just look normal. I'm gonna stop Yormik from doing anything that makes it look like we're running away.
okay.
When really we're just running away really well.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, wow.
Oh no.
I'm gonna start.
Sorry, next time I'll let him go with you.
As they're clearing moving the furniture, I'll start, taking the inks out and drawing the sigil for this application. And I'll sort of start just to explain. All right, so given these recent events that I know nothing about, VOMP is a an organization that is looking to protect the city, and crimes not so good for VOMP. So just don't do anything. Looking mostly at Yormik here.
no, it's fine.
Come back to me, okay? And are there any special procedures or anything when you teleport in that?
So not necessarily when you teleport in. You know that in general, spellcasters are generally sort of have to register when entering the city.
Right.
And so
I forgot about that.
You people forgot this.
oftentimes, so especially with people coming to stay longer, if you're moving to the city on a permanent basis, are often encouraged to join WOMP.
Yeah.
That said, you don't have to, but you do
You're supposed to.
you would have to register too, and sort of just kind
Would I
of
still be
it-
registered?
Volunteer firefighter.
Since I grew up there?
Magic.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Your name's probably on a list with the Bard College or something.
Sure.
But yeah. So there are generally some WOMP personnel at the various gates to the city, and they work sort of just in tandem with the city watch, city guards, as needed. They also do other work via contract when they're not needed for other more pressing city matters. And yeah, no, I can't think of a specific.
Okay.
It's probably not used a ton. Most of WOMP is it's very water deep based, so teleportation not usually super necessary.
50 gold to travel across the city, pretty pricey.
Right. And it's possible that you sort of have to be a certain level of mage within the order to be granted access to see it, obviously, because it's sort of a security risk potentially.
So about tenure and
Right, and you've been in there so long that again there was probably a time where you could have teleported and used it in the past.
Sure.
And yeah, you've been in the order for a long time, so.
Alright, yeah, so I don't have them asking me questions about how to find someone who stole a pickaxe or something. So, alright.
Yeah, I got this pickaxe fair and square.
And
I
if
think
you
he did.
and if you don't want them to try and register you, don't let them know you have magic.
Well, is the registration, is that joining?
No, it's more tracking. So they can easier find you later. If they ask me, I'm not going to lie about it because I'm a terrible liar.
I'm a pretty good liar.
Insight check.
In theory, maybe.
On paper,
Statistically.
comparatively to this group, I'm not the best. I'm the second best liar in the group.
Maybe third. I think I could probably lie better than you. Lie check?
Lie off.
Lie off.
Check.
My dog could fly.
Each of you roll deception.
What should be?
28.
Ooh.
Oh, you rolled 20? Oh man. You're still gonna beat me because it's only a 20.
20?
Yeah. And then we insight each other's deception.
Sure.
Oh!
You both just do
Come
garbage.
17.
Dang it! It was on 20 and it rolled to
What's
2.
still? There's no chance I was gonna insight
No.
his.
No.
So you're a pretty good liar.
Yeah. You are too.
Actually,
The poker face is pretty good.
The rounded corners on that die make it so easy to just like.
It was ridiculous. This is the new set of dice.
See, they almost did it again.
Alright, anyways.
Alright, so when I finish this incantation, we will have only a few mere seconds to run through, and if you miss it, well, I really don't want to. Actually, I literally can't come back for you, so don't fuck this up.
Okay.
Yormik's rainy day and silvery moon.
Look, you guys leave, you come back. I'm in charge of the jewelry store. Like, I've married his daughter. It's fine.
It's fine. I've married his daughter,
It's
and
wholesome. It's wholesome. They
fine.
have kids.
Yeah.
Oh my
Why
gosh. They're only.
He's in charge
they
of
have
PTA,
kids. They're only a
right.
little bit gray.
Right.
Your kids up at PTA. It's fine.
Right. We really turned the school system around here.
God damn it. Okay, so
The one giant tree's been burned down.
Right. I mean, that's just a fire hazard, like any sensible person.
It was a controlled burn. He did a
Right.
controlled burn.
Exactly.
Controlled fireball.
controlled demolition. It's fine. So okay,
Controlled burn.
To the
In
deep.
that he controlled when it
To
burned.
the water
deeps.
deep.
All right.
What month is it?
The month of cheese.
Irrelevant.
You're just ready to put something else
The
through that
water
thing.
deep has a spirited and lively holiday calendar. All right.
It is
all I'll
true.
say.
It is very true.
There are several celebrations.
No, there's only one that matters.
Yeah.
The cheese festival.
Mm-hmm.
We missed it by one day.
The
Cheese
Cheese
Maidens
Maidens Fair.
It's been a long time since I've caught a Cheese Maidens festival.
I remember going to the Cheese Maidens Festival when I was a kid. Oh, my dad would take me. It was a great time.
Which one?
What?
Which one?
The one that I've had great time.
Damn.
Waterdeep.
There was sarcasm involved in that.
The gang goes
One
to
of them was
Waterdeep.
not a great time ever. To the deep.
Yeah. So it takes how long to do it?
A minute.
A minute. Yes. You watch Vera take the gem infused inks and just like make this ornate, pretty complex looking pattern. On the so there's like a basic structure to it that is common to like teleportation circles in general, but then there's a lot
the
of
circle part.
what?
It's the circle part.
Right. That'd be it. But the the script and the runes and things that are like all written within the two like bounds of the ring are complex, and it honestly is a little bit astounding to watch Vera just fucking like pound out this like so fast.
Like
it's
auto-writing.
right. Like
Yeah.
it looks like gibberish to most of you, and she just effortlessly is like, here's the pattern.
It's a real copy of the teleportation.
Oh, okay.
Where do you go?
This is water deep around the edges and go in the middle.
Water deep, go.
If you ever see Jordan and I over here like drawing anything and laughing, this is the quality of content you can expect.
Fantastic.
If you ask.
Oh man. Okay. So you complete the inscription, and you all see the circle light up on the ground.
Just waiting
And-
for you to push your mic out of it.
And it just sort of, this like white light seems to open up until it's fully illuminated, and you can step into the circle. And then suddenly there's just this crazy rushing feeling. It's like you're going unfathomably fast. You're being like squeezed and pulled, and then suddenly all of this abrupt motion stops. And you're standing on a not glowing physical version of the inscription that you just saw Vera create on the ground. You were in a not overly large chamber. It's probably only about like 15 foot by 15 foot room. The circle that you have teleported to is a bit larger than the standard teleportation circle, like spell sigil was, and you imagine that is to facilitate larger groups coming through potentially. There are 2 unassuming looking doors out of this room. The walls are stone, and one of the walls, the wall opposite the doors, is curved, has a curve to it. You obviously recognize this room and know precisely where you are in the tower.
Okay. So we are in the tower, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess welcome to Waterdeep.
See, this building is made out of stone.
It is, yes.
Smart.
Much. I would say much more of Waterdeep is probably stones than it was in Silvery Moon.
This is a city with some integrity.
Well, wait till you see the outside. Do you want to introduce him? I'll just make my way out of the tower.
Okay.
For now.
So you push open the doors from this chamber into a smaller antechamber, and you catch a young, a relatively young-looking halfling who was in a chair, clearly snoozing, and you just like startle them awake, opening the door. Oh my god! Hi.
Don't get out of visitors anymore, huh?
It's been a while. This is the first time anyone's ever appeared on my watch.
Really? Well, it has been some time for me. I only just got the neck of this again.
Your name is
Vera Schlüsselstein.
Vera. Okay.
I've been on sabbatical, so I might not.
Yeah, that's it. No, this is a relatively new not job. What's the word where you like assign, like you just get it's sort of like that, where you have to like do extra shit. Yeah, but they're not like employed doing it. It's like they're like
Shift.
they're getting schooled, and so they have to like
Rotation.
do some stuff. Yeah, it's sort of just like they got assigned to it at some point. It's like the grunt work that the low level WOMP members have to do, especially if they're like, trying to sort of also have WOMP like double as their like mage academy of choice. And yeah, so clearly this is a relatively novice mage of some sort who is watching the door. Vera, yes, Miss Vera, I trust you know where to go. I will.
Log it in the
What do I? Log it in the book. That is a great idea. And he like turns around and grabs the book off of this
Which is
little
like
log
empty.
journal off this little table. And yeah, it looks it's old, it's thick. And they're just kind of like in the middle, open it up, and then and your friends' names.
Well, this one is Jormik.
Your
I'll let the other two
Mick.
introduce themselves
Neuromancer.
because I can trust them.
Good call.
Bryn Stormwind.
Bryn Storm.
I'm not sure if Regan knows what your last name is at this point.
No, it's fine. It goes
And
on
then
too.
and
Back
then
into the book.
Yormik doesn't have a last name.
Yormik doesn't have an Iron Hand mental last name.
Yormik has too many last names.
True. Yormik last name.
He rebrands it every 10 minutes. Anything you write down is going to change the next day.
Would
Any
offer
ideas
to
for
it.
Womp's name?
I mean, wow.
Wow.
I would offer to
Not your strongest showing.
adopt you into our family, but you try and rebrand our last name, so I can't do that.
That's true.
Alright, so we can go downstairs and out to the tower and see the city. My apartments are upstairs, where my rooms are, my workshop. What do you guys want to do?
What time of day is it?
Probably like mid to late afternoon at this point.
Beautiful.
I'm assuming we'll want to get our own in. You probably don't have room for
It's
3 more.
if you wanted to stay in my apartment, first of all the most of the furniture is me-sized, and second,
That's fine.
and second, we'd probably have to move all the furniture in my living area so that you guys could all sleep on the floor. There's only one bed.
2 and in.
2 and in.
Isn't didn't they say the yawning portal is at an inn?
Yes. Please.
Yeah, you want to dip?
I've heard about the yawning portal, but
Wait,
when
was-
I lived here, I was always too young to go visit. That might be fun.
I've been around a couple times.
Is it a place where people go to sleep?
I think they have rooms, right?
It is an inn and tavern. So
Yes,
because I looked that up today, I'm like, I actually don't
I
know for
wasn't
sure.
confident,
I've seen the picture in the back of the book that's like shows you the whole like multi-story
Tavern, yeah.
tavern part and the hole in the ground, but like it doesn't really like mention that part specifically. I think that the Dragon Heist book assumes that you're not gonna stay there just because it's like important for other reasons.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's an inn. You can totally stay there if you want.
There.
All right.
Alright, well, let's go out then. As I start taking us down
going in.
the staircase, I assume.
Same.
Yeah,
That's-
it's
We had an adventure, now we'll have an adventure, and then
yeah, basically the
And
whole
then you can remove your
like
mask.
this very center of the tower is just this like spiraling staircase that can take you to like every floor of the tower.
Right. Right. So you like basically you just end up going to whatever floor you want to go to, or do you have to keep walking?
What do you mean?
Okay. Like when you go up one staircase, are you just at the floor you intended to go to, or do you have to just keep climbing?
It's so for the like levels that are the different like people's quarters, it sort of works like that, but otherwise it works like a normal staircase. So there's
Okay.
like certain like bounds of it that
Sure.
it's not like, oh man, I have the shitty top apartment, so I have to
Right.
walk up like 30
Oh,
flights of
they just added 15 more rows next to the
Oh
page.
no, that's the worst.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'll take us down and out. And also, like, at some point, we might want to come back and talk to some of the higher ups in the organization, see if we can get any assistance from them. But we don't necessarily have to do that today.
will it be or here? Could be. What do you think? Should we go?
I mean,
get-
the sooner the better, probably.
Then let's
Sure.
talk to them first.
All right. This is going to be a bit unannounced, but
Don't
we
say.
can
I can
see.
help with that.
Oh yes. Announce. You want us to be announced?
Yeah.
So I'll just make my way to wherever Corian is,
Vera's coming! Vera's coming!
or if not him, the people who I think I can actually get a counsel with at this
Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
particular moment today.
Still off the womp grid for now. Just have to make it stay off the grid.
What's the
I can register with womp. Like a womp.
What do they call it when
Like it being such a
Jordan? What do they call it with the portal when you drop in there? Is it literally called dropping or dipping or something?
You take a dip.
A dip. That's what it is. I was like trying to remember what that
like
was.
I asked this before, but like, what is the actual like
Game.
level of going into the portal? Like if we go into the portal at our level, are we going to
We're
just get?
fine, probably.
So
I know it depends, and like
Right.
the deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets.
yeah, so the follow up to Waterdeep Dragon Heist is Dungeon of the Mad Mage,
Yeah.
which is a mega dungeon for levels 6 through 20, and obviously, you know, who knows exactly how it would work out, but if things progressed exactly as that adventure expected you to, it's about a level per level, and eventually you get to the bottom.
Switch up Roy's level 9.
Right. It's
There you
fine.
go.
I mean, think about how quickly we can get experience. Though. No, you're not. I mean, you throw a cup in if we get the cup,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not ultra far.
Gotcha.
We could go. I mean, we could go for it.
What?
How
Take a
deep
dip.
do you want to go on the yawning portal?
In terms of doing a dip?
Yeah.
I told you, I would. Awfully tempting.
We're down there and the freaking Demogorgon just busts the wall in.
That's fine. It's the hunger.
How it
Choo choo, all aboard the plot train.
Technically.
Yeah.
Can we try it tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, to go today.
I'm
certainly
missing-
not
I'm
So yeah, you got a few more hours left
For
of the
what?
day.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
So we're.
So you can't
we're-
talk to your person today?
Well, we haven't figured it out yet.
I think we were gonna talk to the like head of to the Womp head,
Yeah, so I will explain
the
that.
Grand Wampus.
So the person in charge, the head honcho, so to speak, is Korean
El President.
Savarinth, who I look around, make sure like there's not people on this floor. Not my favorite fellow, but he mostly has the organization's things, best interests in mind. But he's very political, so convincing him one way or the other to help us might come down to something about
Your mix slick his hair back.
right. That'll help. So just keep in mind if we're trying to convince him to help us, that's the sort of angle we might need to take. But other than that, he's sort of a rule follower. So we just need to be.
Good note. That was not the English.
And he's not the best sense of humor. So just keep it in mind when we're speaking to him if you want to stay in his good graces and get his help.
So don't speak, Yomek. No.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Alright.
No, that was Stool.
And also maybe not on the best of terms with the organization right now, but we'll see how he feels when we get there.
You aren't?
They don't really like it when you just take a sabbatical, but sort of still want to be part of the organization, and you don't take the jobs that gives them actual income, and spend all your time in your lab tinkering with things. So
I haven't sorted them out yet, but I'm pretty sure I have some thoughts on that whole situation. Don't worry about it. It's
which
fine.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll explain this as we head down to the room.
Okay. So you're just trying to go see Quarian right now?
Yeah, I don't actually know if I can get an audience with him like immediately, but I would like to at least get in the books or talk to someone who can relay the information to him. And if not, then I'll make other plans.
You come to the, sort of the office outside of the office of the Master of the Order, and there's a very studious-looking female elf there, who you don't particularly know, but you know that is the sort of secretary for the Master of the Order. Can I help you?
Yes, wir Schlosserstein here, member of VOD. These are my friends. I recently was on sabbatical. I went to the Underdark as sort of some freelance work, and well, we come bearing some not so good news that I believe the Master would be interested in hearing. The sort of news that is, city destroying and world altering. Depending on how things go from here.
Her expression changes a little bit when you say city altering or the world destroyed.
Right. Seer, yes, this is the expression you should have. Many of our friends have died, etc., etc. I could give you the whole story, but at the end of the day, talking to the Master sooner rather than later is only going to help our chances.
Let me see what his schedule looks like. Unfortunately, he is busy for the remainder of the day, but I will make sure that I make some time on his on his calendar for tomorrow.
Is he in there now?
I don't believe so.
You're his secretary, and you don't know?
I am his secretary, not his keeper.
What is it, Twitter?
We can see him tomorrow, though.
I first thing in the morning. I will put it before his earliest appointment.
All right. What time would that be? The dawn or early or later?
Before dawn.
Schnecker's looking at the
Alright,
right
We
there.
can't get the prime time appointment.
That's fine with me.
Before.
It's unfortunate, but okay.
No, but it's
All right. I guess we will see you then. Again, utmost importance, world shattering. All right. I think you get the point. All right.
This building is still stone.
I mean, the outer walls are at the very least.
What about this? Can I change its color? That's all I want.
Well, one of the walls of this, like, secretary's office is stone.
I would like to change the color so that it like goes into the office behind her, so that if there's someone in there, it gets his attention.
Like change both sides of the brick, like one brick,
Yeah.
not just one face of the wall. It's
So
both
so the face of it is, it's not the wall that would be like shared with the door and the wall
Okay.
behind.
And the floor isn't.
The floor of this chamber is not.
Okay.
is that the door to his office where it'd be?
I'm just gonna
it
tap
is.
Nero on the shoulder and kind of point him over to
It's just is it broken?
over to Yorme, just like
The master is not in right now.
So now he's not in. Because pretty.
I mean,
You
aside
heard.
aside to what she said, she didn't know. You're right.
This feels.
Well, a second ago I thought that I said that he wasn't in.
What time?
Look, man, don't abuse the poor secretary, all right? She gets you the first appointment tomorrow.
I just whack your make on the back of the head.
I mean, obviously, he's not going to see us right now, which would be the most ideal. But getting at his schedule that quickly is pretty good, considering usually it takes a few weeks.
What are you doing tonight?
I whack him on the head. I whack him on the head again.
Is she cute though?
And she just like holds up. She just has a wedding ring on, or at least some sort of
That
ring on
means
his
she's
finger.
married in like a monogamous relationship with one person.
Well, good adjustment. Really.
I didn't know you were interested in anyone, but I'm sorry, buddy. You'll find someone one day.
It's like a
Swinging
drow
miss.
that's not terrible. So it's probably, I don't know.
Was she an elf?
Drow? Well,
Say-
I never.
Yeah. You said she's an elf, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She has glasses and looks very studious, but you don't know. Maybe she gets wild when she gets off work. I don't know.
See,
I'll just apologize to her. And
Insight.
Pour some. Get
I mean,
on,
realistically, he
man.
just asked what she was doing after work.
Well, after interrogating.
yeah, but that's just your.
He's not in there.
She
He's behind
doesn't
his
care
door.
that.
What are you doing after work?
I'm throwing a lot of stuff at the wall here.
She
Where's
doesn't know
something
that that's
stick?
just your man.
It's like gaslighting and hitting on them at the
Right.
same time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
Okay,
Look,
look, that's just your
okay,
man.
now,
He
please.
doesn't know that.
How she does. Look, if you have an interaction with Yormik and that's the worst to come out of it, like okay, that's a win.
all things considered, not too terrible.
Exactly.
She's not on fire.
Would have had a great time on the town.
Probably.
Turn the town red.
Right, exactly.
Maybe she lets the hair down and goes to the orange portal there every night. You don't know.
Right, exactly.
Things
We'll
different.
find out.
We will.
Well,
I have perception.
Perception.
I percept her.
I'd like to
I
follow.
percept her.
I'd like to
I try to
follow her out of
percept her.
Now you're invisibility.
Now he was a stalker.
Yawning
Fine,
portal.
you can't. He'll just cast another spell at some point.
Yeah, they cast message. Oh wait.
do we pass any windows on the way down?
No, because the staircase is all like in the center. There might be like a window out of in the
I was
secretary's
just thinking
office.
he'd be able to see how big the city is from a greater height in the tower than he would otherwise.
Oh, on the way down. When you're not at that office, there's probably some windows that you could walk to. They're just
Yeah, we haven't walked past them.
right. They're like down a short, like at the end of a short hall that's not where the stairs are and are leading. But yeah, no, you leave the poor secretary's office and head but we'll head down one flight of stairs. But then you realize that Cormac hasn't really like seen the city yet, and point him towards a window that's the hallway's only like 25 feet down to the end of this hall.
6 seconds.
So you run
Dash.
you run to the end of the hall, and 6 seconds later you're looking out a window at this just like enormous sprawling city.
Are we
That
in Blackstaff Tower?
no,
Womp Tower.
it is well.
The wall.
Is Blackstaff Tower called Blackstaff Tower?
Yes.
Okay, then you're not in Blackstaff Tower, because I was looked at a lot of stuff on the wiki. I'm like, all right, give me every little tidbit of like
Yeah.
real information on WAP there is, and I'll fill in the blanks. And no, there is not a lot, but the some of the stuff I got was legit and out of things. Or I guess the majority of it was, and I didn't really do anything crazy otherwise. But no, the Womp Tower is called the Tower of the Order, and it is located in the Castle Ward of Waterdeep.
Which I totally know.
Yep, for sure.
This
Your
is-
neighbors with the castle lanterns.
For narrative's sake, can I see the ocean?
Out of at least one of the windows on this
Okay.
floor, you can.
That's a first. You're always gonna like look at the city for a second, and then just like turn and just like look at the ocean. That's something out there.
That's what puts the Dark Lake to shame, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome to the top side.
Wow. Now this is a city. Now let's picture a terrible design. Awful. Rounded edges, wood.
Well, there's
I like that the rounded edges are what bothers you. You're like, this is child safe, unacceptable.
This.
But no, the architecture is, I mean, obviously much more stone, and particularly in the close vicinity to where you're looking out the window, like beautiful stone manors and mansions, and like big heavy either like stone walls or like heavy iron gates or like cast iron like gates all around or fences or whatever, and it's quite a bit more industrious looking than Silvery Moon.
Just gonna see Jormik take it all in, and for the first time in like, since you guys probably knew him, especially like the city holds his attention for a minute, and then like looking out at the ocean, just like speechless for the longest you guys have been around Jormik before.
Was anybody counting? It's been at least 9 seconds.
How do we get down there?
Stairs. They have those in the Underdark.
We just keep going down. It's a big tower.
I'm just going.
Not as many stairs though as we found out in that inn.
True.
We go downstairs. No, you don't. You go down a hallway. All right, whatever.
Alright, so we go upstairs.
Hallway.
Still one floor.
But how do I get to my room on the second floor? I don't get it.
Oh, but what if we set a trap up the stairs? It's a hallway.
Just in case.
We'll do this. Oh, they might hear us from downstairs. It's just all.
It's still there's no okay. I'm
Uh,
surprised you didn't just eventually like create a second floor for us.
We let enough comment cards came through. They were like, fine.
It's just all you
dramatic
got the
condition.
four of you just spamming comment cards into this one place. Oh dear. Yeah. So eventually you reach the ground floor of the tower, and there are just two large, heavy wooden doors that sort of form an archway, and a few Womp personnel sort of that are the doormen, and they see you out. You find yourselves back in the castle ward of Waterdeep. Well, back for some of you, for the first time for two of you.
Home sweet home.
No, you've been to Waterdeep?
For sure.
Just me. Again.
A whole new world.
For
I'll get you a
sure.
flying
There's
carpet
a
just for
big-
one episode, though.
Yep.
Because there's a big Selene temple in.
Right.
Waterdeep,
Yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
And I'll remind Yormik. You remember, you know the guards in Cracklestug, the
Yes.
strictness there? Yeah, I would behave like similarly with that kind of expectation. They won't outright kill you, but
You might wish they had.
They won't outright kill you, cowards. That's just like what my brain imagined Yorvik saying there.
So I understood.
but just keep that in mind.
Understood. So tired hole.
Took me a second. All right, so you guys head. Crap, I have it on the map of Waterdeep up right now. But you guys head, I believe, south and east-ish, because I think that the Yawning Portal is sort of like on the skirts between the Sea Ward and the whatever one's directly north of that. That's more like shops oriented. That I'm blanking on the
Trade
name of. Trade Ward. I think it's like on the cusp of the two of
Crazy.
those.
Nobody knows the city better.
This place is industrious. I love it. I know everything about it.
He knows this place better than he knew Grackles.
I mean, the streets here, they just make sense. They go this way.
Sea wards by the sea, trade wards by the trade.
Right.
It's very very utilitarian. I like it a lot. All right. So you make your way
Downtown. Walking fast.
downtown. I mean, it's kind of downtown. Go through a lot of the trades wards. You do pass a few shops on the way there that catch your eye.
Any courier shops?
No, the courier shop is much further east than where you guys are in the city.
Might need to send a message. You know.
I might need to send a message, send a letter to myself.
Oh, they'll
I like to
send
get
a
mail. You spot one haberdasher called Cat's Hats.
Fantastic.
It's the only haberdasher that it happens to be along the route that you take today.
Cat in the hat.
Cat's
No, just Cat's Hats.
K or C?
K.
Of course. Come on.
That's actually really coincidental for other reasons. That's something I named my favorite wine place.
Oh yeah, you were gonna take us to a winery when we got here.
I was, yes.
That's right. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
What'd you call it?
Katarina's Keller.
All right, that's hilarious.
Which is-
Though I'm really glad I didn't also go with Katarina because that was definitely on the list.
This chick runs the town.
The very industrious Katarina. But no, so I mean, it's probably like a 20 or so minute walk, but you happen upon the visage of the Yawning Portal, which is a very tall wooden structure. I mean, you being you would have heard of it. I don't know if you would have actually like been here before.
Potentially.
Who knows? Potentially, but I mean, you're like 130, so it's very possible.
Yeah.
Actually, both of y'all are like remarkably close in age, purely coincidentally, I
I
think.
think you're 100 years older than me.
But are you 230 or 100?
I'm 194.
Yeah, so 60
194.
years. Not bad.
All right. I mean, small potatoes
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
That's considered, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the evening, dinner time's rolling in, so you enter and it's bustling. People
Sweet.
are eating food, drinking drink. This is crazy. Like the multi-tiered like
This is
tavern at Facet is new to you, but the most like unique aspect of this is that it's all so there's this big hole in the center, and you see what like looks like the edge of like a large well, that stone ring that forms the edge of the entry into the yawning portal.
Is there anybody getting rowdy?
Not really right now. It's still pretty early.
We'll see how that goes.
Yormik's going for a dip tonight, boy.
Yeah. You trying to dip?
Yes.
You trying to dip, dude? You
Can
spice?
Can you two-man dip?
Sure.
Can two people dip at once?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
Try
I'll
it,
get
dip.
my cup before you do.
When I dip, you dip, we dip. It's just like 50 ropers down there. Run away! They're just hugging you. They're not gonna hurt you because they don't do shit for damage, but
Right.
they'll hold you in place for a long time. Yeah, behind the main bar on this first floor, though, you notice a rather large-looking human with the big old like handlebar mustache going on.
My guy.
Serving drinks, taking orders, talking to people, patrons of all sorts at this bar and elsewhere. There's obviously other like bars on the other floors too. It's not reasonable for this to be serving everywhere.
Is there anyone sitting at the bar that everyone's avoiding?
No.
Dang it.
Blast.
Oh.
We'll have to come back tomorrow.
Could have been.
Yeah.
What could have been a character who transcends campaign?
I just gotta go back and like watch how Jordan voiced him so that I can have a decent approximation.
Well, are we going to get the table and wait for Johan, or are we just enjoying ourselves tonight?
Oh, that's right. We came here to look for a guy.
Yeah, we
I
did.
just remembered
we
it.
should probably let's get some rooms
Just for
first.
practice, we should probably see if that secretary's here.
Just
See
for
it?
practice. You guys like left the tower and then walked here. And you're like, I wonder if she's here.
Hey, she might be able to teleport.
Man, that's a high level secretary.
I mean, very convenient. You know,
Sometimes the security.
It's like
in an
every
office
bit
job
as
is
likely
worth it.
that she's like a squib.
how much easier is it to go pick up his laundry, his dry cleaning, if she can just teleport dimension door there and back?
Exactly.
Secretary, not slave.
Executive assistant.
I'm just doing cliches.
Nah.
Let's go meet that taller gentleman at the bar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or, I mean, he probably knows where this guy is.
Yep.
We can also get us rooms, maybe, given that he is at the bar, and you know.
Oh, I thought he meant that gentleman, that taller gentleman. I didn't realize he meant the barkeep. But yeah, we can go talk to the barkeep.
Is there another taller gentleman over there?
Yeah, down there.
Well, let's meet
Right?
him too.
There's so many.
There's a
people
random
there,
half orc
actually.
who happens to be about 3 inches taller than
Thank,
the barkeep.
thank you for
You're
the
welcome.
backup.
Let's go talk to
I
him.
have so
There's a
many
lot of people in here.
Yeah,
Somebody's
there's so
bound to
many
be
people
taller
you're
than
bound
Durden.
to be able to
Right.
find somebody.
Let's talk to someone.
It's dwarf night.
It's
dwarf night. 50% off wings for all dwarves.
50% off wings for the 50% off height.
Ooh.
Vera, this seems like your city.
Half price, halfling night.
Parts of it.
What do we do? Who do we talk to about it?
You know this guy?
Do I know this guy?
You know that guy?
I don't come here. I don't come here very often.
But
Right, this place is just probably just a little more rowdy than you
Right,
are
it's too
generally
loud.
interested in.
If you go and sleep, you might not get a whole lot of it unless you are a late sleeper. I mean, I believe he's the owner, or at least the barkeep. Talk to him.
Okay.
But I'm today,
Being a Water Davian educated bard who attended Bard College, you would definitely know about Durnan, who runs this place.
Thank you for not making me roll.
Roll anyways,
Bless.
just for science.
Do
Burn the
it.
20.
We have to test the theory. It's good.
I need to bring my dice jail.
Yeah, see,
16.
we're fine.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Clearly, you know. You
It's
did my day.
because nothing hinged on it.
Right. Unimportant. All right, I know all about it.
That's Durnan in there, right?
My advantaged 1 and 3.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
In the middle.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So no, you know that that's Durnan. You know that this is his place and has been for a number of years.
What I also know about the which one's the less likely to kill me? The Zentarim.
Less likely to kill you than who?
Xanathars.
Thank you.
That's really
You
not
probably don't know the thieves
right.
Guild. They're just kind of there.
You just sort of happen we happened upon them in our campaign.
Okay.
That's
They are
very
not-
much
So-
not public knowledge.
So it's not like the mafia, where like you don't necessarily know who's in it, but you know it's a thing.
Right. You probably don't even know this is a thing because
Okay.
like it even specifies it. When I was reading through the stuff on Waterdeep today, it was like, yeah, no, the Xanathar's Thieves Guild is not technically a guild; it's just a faction because of the way that thievery is looked upon in the city. There's obviously no actual guild for that. It's just super frowned upon by everyone. Right, like even the Zents like in town would, you know, probably continue in their lawful evil greedy ways, but you know, maybe they're smuggling, but they're not stealing from people. They're like, you know, that sort of thing. They're the loan sharks and that sort of like extortionists, but they're not thieves.
And the Zenorim are like those you've heard of. You've heard of the organization Zenorim, maybe
Right.
past.
You've heard of the Zenorim, probably closer to like you've heard of the Mafia.
Okay, cool. And I assume the Zenorim would be a decent place to fence some happened upon jewelry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just for
Let's do it. Okay. Yep.
For later,
Into
not
it.
for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a solid entity at which to sell some stolen goods.
Beautiful.
Dope.
Or questionably acquired.
Yeah. So I found them.
Would you believe there was just a counter of jewelry in an alley? That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Meant to be.
Wild.
Insane.
I will go talk to the bartender.
Sure.
I will bring Bryn with me.
Okay.
Well, we're not just gonna stand over here, so we'll be with
I
you. as
really
well.
want to see him.
You do?
Talk to Durnan. Yeah.
Is he like a? Is he a guy?
Yeah. I think this is Durnan. Are you Durnan? Hello.
Did you just go up to the bar and talk
Yeah,
to Durnan?
yeah.
Okay. Hello there. What can I do for you?
Is this?
This is
My friend thinks you're cute. I think.
Well, I think he's cute too.
Was that not what you were going for?
Is Durnan
playing.
cute? I don't know.
He's very like classically
Machismo.
masculinely
Ruggedly
handsome,
handsome,
like the classic strongman. Ha! He looks like he could put up his dukes pretty good.
Like Brahm, just like
Little bit.
yeah. It's
Though
not,
probably a little like balding though. Not completely, but like he's getting a little older. He you know he used to be. He was an adventurer, and then he bought this bar and
Something arrow to the knee.
Yep.
Old.
that's not quite the word I would have chosen. You're a very good-looking fellow, though.
Ah, you yourself, lad.
Thank you. I believe we would need a round of drinks. 3 of your of a good stout beer and maybe the finest wine that you can muster.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, I assumed you guys just sort of all went
Okay,
found some
it's-
open
it's
seats at the
ours.
bar.
It's good here.
It's busy, but it's not like super busy to the point where you
Slammed.
can't find a place to sit.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Actually, when you're at the Yawning Portal, I'm feeling just some beer tonight. Actually,
Okay.
All right, four stouts coming right up.
so take me back.
Yeah, he goes in and fetches those tankards for each of you. Places one in front. You see another female working behind the bar, and you hear him tell Bonnie that she needs to go and take another, take an order up to table, whatever. She's kind of directing traffic, like the boss be doing. Huh?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna log that away. For
Apparently, Yormik is just like hounding
Yeah.
for some topside.
Yormik's trying to establish a life for himself.
You're
in the
trying
city
to
by
get
the
some
sea,
topside.
right?
Man, just like become a pirate, dude.
I'm thinking about
He's
it.
trying to be in the.
Quit trying to get us to become pirates.
I'll
He's
do it.
trying to be a pirate. He's
Yeah.
hunting
Look, man,
for
I'm building an
booty.
entirely brand new
Exactly,
fucking
yeah.
world, and you're gonna be goddamn pirates. You better believe.
Just go over a waterfall, wind up in Antera.
Doug's just like thirsty. Yormik is very
Specifically.
thirsty.
That's why we got the beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'll pay for this round because apparently I'm
The only
compared
one.
to
Yeah, I
Adam.
have 2 gold.
Well, no, literally the only one was money.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't realize I was so poor until I had to go buy something.
I definitely
I have
also
20
thought you
gold.
guys collectively had more money, but
Maybe.
I hadn't really
I mean,
taken
maybe-
stock of it
maybe-
since before Blinged Stone, which is when a lot of
We just
spending
did not
was
find
done.
a lot of money.
No.
Like,
Not at all.
not for good reason. It's not like we were
Most-
like,
Yeah,
places
most
you don't go
We
do
found
jobs. You don't
something
go.
relatively recently.
Most
that
of the
gave us
time,
money.
we've looted Drow and they have like 3 gold on them or
right
something.
and a
There was some-
gazillion swords.
I'm pretty sure there was something
That sell for,
recently
like,
that got us some
silver,
right.
money. I don't remember what.
Well, if they
Like,
did,
it was-
you have it.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
If
you
you
guys
did,
need
if
money,
they did, we did distribute.
I can give you money. I don't.
I mean, I don't care as long as you're
I
paying
will-
for
I'm
the
not giving
rooms.
you more money. I don't trust this
money.
anymore.
There's casinos here.
I had money. I spent.
There's
it on
definitely
the diamond.
gambling halls.
That's true.
in
You spent
Waterdeep.
200. I'll give you 100 for that.
Sweet.
And yeah, if you want to sell any of the magic stuff that any of you guys have, just give me a heads up for figuring out how much that stuff is worth.
I still need to buy the other half of my component for my spell so I can hear things as well. The Arcane Eye.
So, as you all sit at the bar at the Yawning Portal enjoying your beverages, it's about 11:20. I think this is probably a halfway decent stopping point for the week.
Yeah.
Dip, dip. What I
Gives me
dip,
a
you
chance
dip,
to
we
work
dip.
on some-
Look, man, no, next week I'll make sure that I have a dip encounter prepped, alright?
Pick up
Encounter. Why would there be an encounter?
Because there's shit in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, as it turns out.
Really inspired you, didn't it?
Exactly. I'm so excited.
In the hole. Alright, well, yeah. Finally in Waterdeep. We will be back next week to chat with Durnan to see if we can find Jorul, talk to the Master of the Order, and continue mustering whatever you guys can
Cats.
and figuring out a plan to deal with the Demon Lords. And eventually it will be pirates.
Beautiful.
Someday.
Post Demon Lord arc, we'll just go sail the
Then we
high
go to the
seas.
Grand
I
Line.
think Veer could rock like a peg leg or something. I can see that happening.
You are making
2 peg legs and you're just as tall as everybody else. You just walk around on some stilts.
Basically, yeah.
Gibbs on the parrot.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
Seems appropriate for a bard, yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks,
See
everyone.
you next week.
Bye.